I'm still like y'all, like where y'all brought the era in. I'm still trying to keep that shit alive. You know what I mean? Where it was real niggas in the game. It was real fighters in the game. Now it seems like it's starting to kind of change into this athlete thing. You're more of an athlete. You ain't no fighter. You're an athlete, bro. You know what I mean?
That's why I've been trying to
see the difference.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to say.
He's been saying this every episode.
And Barry kind of got me. He said, "Hey man, the fans think that you don't like the sport no more. You don't like the fighters because you saying like these people, like some of the new fighters, they're fans. They're not really fighters. They're athletes." I said, "No, they don't mean that I don't like them. I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we fought because we ain't had no outlet. We no outlet for it. Like you want to know that you the best at your martial art, right? So we got in there and fought. But now." You guys coming up, man, y'all like I see y'all killing the game. Like I saw your striking is good, your wrestling is good, your wrestling defense is good, and you choking motherfuckers out. Like when I first came, I ain't know none of that shit. I was a wrestler. I just knew I picked motherfuckers up and slam them. Then I learned on the job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I give them respect, but I'm saying like, but a lot of times like this happened when the coach Jackson from New Mexico he came. He kind of changed the game. People was game planning too much. You know, they was winning by decisions and smart fight. That's not my style.
That's not me either. You know what I mean? It's like when we doing these shows, I look at it like a rapper, no different. We come out here to do a show. This is my show. And with that being said, everybody better get their money worth, you know? And some of the guys like the Khabibs, the Islams, and guys like that, they were hugging too much, where it's like, I came to see a fight. I ain't come to see this shit, you know?
Right.
I'll walk out of the middle of the show and be like, man, this shit boring.
Right.
I'd rather go home and watch TV.
Yeah, that's the way I've always said. Like, I'd rather lose an exciting fight than win a boring fight. That's why, I come from a different world, fighting in Japan. You know, in Japan, when you lost, as long as you tried your best and you fought with the fighter spirit, the fans never turned their back on you. They cheered. When I lost to Sakuraba, my first time fighting in Japan, man, I had a girl give me an ear job before I could even get to the locker room. She wanted
What's the ear job?
The girl, like, I was giving everybody the fives as I was walking back to the the locker room from the arena.
Yeah.
My first time in Japan, I'm giving everybody the five, and this one girl trying to give me five, but she, you know how the bleachers go up. I couldn't reach her. So I said, I can't reach her. I'm tired. I just got my ass kicked. I just got choked out. Then the guy was like, no, look, she's crying. You got to go and touch that girl. So one of my teammates that was with me, they put me up on his shoulder, and I go to give her a five, and she reached in and tried to kiss me, and I turned. And she started sucking on my ear.
Holy shit.
She gave my ear a blowjob. And for the next 20 years, I looked for that damn girl.
Oh, yeah.
And so they don't care. If you over there, if you lose, you know what I'm saying, you didn't care. You know how in UFC, when I was fighting the UFC, you lose 2 in a row.
You out.
And Pride, like, they didn't care. Like, but if you remember they used to give, you ever watch that shit? They used to give you yellow cards.
Yup.
That shit take 10% of your purse real time.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. And they didn't care. They just want the fight to
keep going,
be exciting. So if you lost 2 fights in a row, you wasn't in jeopardy of losing your job. Yeah. But if you was a boring fighter, then
Yeah. And that's real big for me. And so the eras and the switching, I always wanted to keep that same thing going. Yeah. This is a tradition. The guys before me built this. And I'm trying to keep this thing still going, I'm the last of the OGs. We didn't lost Nate. Jorge's gone. These guys keep retiring every day.
Jorge retired?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He
did,
didn't he?
He got his own league now.
Every day.
Yeah,
somebody gone.
His own league now. He got like bare knuckle.
Oh, yeah.
He's like all into that. Yeah. When we were talking about guests, Bobby, one thing I was telling Rampage, I was like, yo, this dude's a dog. Rampage obviously has seen your stuff, and I was like, we got to get him on the show. And then when I hit you up, obviously the respect he has for real dogs like Rampage, OGs that kind of brought this era of fighting to where it is now, it kind of made me feel good. It made me believe that this guy is who he is. He's as real as it comes, because he didn't need to show respect. He didn't need to be humble like that. But the respect level you had, Bobby, I just want to say that, like, your character and who you are, definitely who you are in person is definitely who you are in the ring, because you really that dude. So I was really excited when you said, yeah, you would come on, especially you got a fight next week. So for you to do this in the middle of camp is much love.
Yeah, man.
It meant the world to me to like when I only do a certain amount of interviews, and this one meant something to me. It's special, To be honest, like when I was coming as a little kid, everybody called me Lil Rampage, because there was only a couple niggas in this shit.
Me and Kevin Random.
Kevin was blonde, and he was still a little bit of wrestler out there. Yeah. Like I explained to people, like when I came in the game, how I got to the UFC, I got there the hard way. Every other nigga that's in the UFC had a different something going for him before he got there. He had Japan. John Jones had the wrestling accolades, the blah, blah, blah. Melvin Gillard had the show.
Oh, yeah.
All y'all niggas got on there with these different things. So, like, even Kimbo had a blah, blah, blah side so he can get there. I did this shit with hard work, brick by brick, fight after fight. Like, I'm almost on, like, 50 fights right now,
you know?
Wow.
Where you from?
Me? I'm from Cali. I'm from San Bernardino.
Are you born and raised there?
Born and raised, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, like, I felt like I'm the only nigga that really got in the game off his hard work. Not saying that nobody else didn't work. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying more so. Like when the first fight ended, they gave me, it was off of Strikeforce selling the company. The Sean Shelby, the matchmaker at the time, was like, hey, they had this one dude named, what was his fucking name? What's this nigga's name? Jacob Volkman. He's like on an 8-win streak, killing everybody. He put you on the ground, he fucking you up, But the problem was, he was real abrasive, real crazy talking. He'd get on the mic and be talking shit about the president. At the time, Obama was the president.
Oh, yeah.
So he would be dissing Obama. Every time he got the mic, they're like, this ain't no good look for us right now, But nobody could beat him. So when Strikeforce sold, they're like, Sean Shelby's like, listen, I got a guy for him. This guy named Bobby Green will beat him, blah, blah, blah. And I think it was basically like, whoever wins stays, whoever loses goes.
Lose and leave town.
They let him go after on an 8-win streak.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's
because they just tied him.
So it is.
Was he an exciting fighter?
He was getting finishes. He was doing
they
it.
They just tired of his shit.
They don't want to deal with that.
Too political. Even today you can't be. You don't see nobody talking shit about Biden, do you? I don't hear it though. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't hear it.
Nah, we don't go for that these days. Now you can't say nothing.
You can't say nothing.
Like I heard that they dropped the F-bomb, which is not even a fuck word. It's the other word. You say that word.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was going crazy right now.
Bro.
Bro,
yeah.
But back where we come from, that was a normal part of your language. Like, if you're being a pussy, we call you a pussy or a F-word,
Yeah, especially if you're a fighter. You can normally say whatever you want. But I'm going to tell you this. When I got over to start doing movies, it's so censored, bro. You can't say hardly anything. They try to use your words against you, and I'm not used to that. Like, fight, we do interviews. I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna fuck him up. Blah, 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 blah. You can't do none of that shit no more. Things are different. So fuck.
Yeah, it's definitely a different world.
Different world.
I mean, you talk about submissions like that dude right there going into your Ferguson fight. You've been in the UFC since 2013, I think. You fought Islam and Poirier and some of the best in the division. You never stray away from the big dog fights. That was your first submission win, right? In the UFC.
No. Actually, Jacob Volkman, I submitted, who was supposed to be like this dope-ass black belt or on the ground. Yeah. I submitted him, though. That's the first time.
That was in Strikeforce?
No, that's in the first fight in the UFC.
Oh,
got it.
That was my first fight in the UFC.
That was your first fight in the UFC.
Yeah, I submitted him.
And then you got this Ferguson fight by submission, right?
So everybody's like, what, he got jiu-jitsu? I'm like, be honest, I don't use my jiu-jitsu or my wrestling because this is a fight. Like, I can do the shit. That shit's cool, but it's not cool to watch all day. It's like, oh, you could do a dope-ass slam. Like, I remember the slam. Like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
But if you ain't doing that, you just holding on the guy, it's like, get out of here with that. Nobody want to see that. And so we have to understand, we selling a product. I don't care if you're selling drugs. I don't care but in here we selling something. And I'm selling you real shit. I'm selling you this excitement, What you selling, I tell all the fighters that, what kind of product you selling? Yeah. Because they got to want to see this. We're in the business of entertainment. Yeah. If you don't want to see this shit, what the fuck they gonna want to see you for?
Yeah, you definitely have that aura about you. I could definitely see why people call you Rampage. Rampage had that same aura. He going in there with excitement. A lot of people were talking loud on the internet though about the Ferguson fight. He even came out, I think, and said some stuff about some eye poke. And you came out and you did your thing. And I don't know if the eye poke made a difference or not. What's your take on that?
Okay. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Right before that fight, I fought another dude named Jared Gordon. Yeah. And in that fight too, some shit happened where we kind of clashed heads. I tried to throw like a lead elbow, but this is the first time I've ever tried this technique live. I didn't even try it in practice or nothing. But I just felt like he kept dipping his head. I'm like, I'm gonna try to catch this motherfucker with this, So I dipped him, but since I never do the technique, I just kind of closed my eyes and dug my head down, And I didn't know his head came around and we clashed heads. And what at the point I'm trying to answer to your question is, we're in a fucking fight. There's so many different elements to this shit that people don't recognize, and they want to be too technical and political with this shit. It's a fucking fight. You know?
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Shit is going to happen, especially when you're mixing the different arts. For instance, if I was in boxing and a dude ducked his head, I would think, pow, hit him with this. But if we were in wrestling and he ducked his head, I would go like this and try to stop the shot, you know, block the shot. So you got to know, oh, is it wrestling or is it boxing time or is it all? You got to be able to call that in split seconds, you know? So your hand might be a little open, but oh, no, it was and try to get it under in the last second. Who knows? And so with the Tony thing, I'm like, shit fucking happens. He fucking threw a punch. I tried to open and boom, he got caught. Sometimes I get stuck all the time. I never bitch. Like, guys be bitching. This is a fucking fight. I've been cut. All these are over my head, over my eyelids and shit like that. All this shit, bro, a lot of times were headbutts. But I never got to say, stop the fight. Somebody rewinded. It came from a headbutt. Don't judge this now that I'm bleeding because of my headbutt. No, it is a fucking fight, and we're in this bitch. Let's go.
That's 100% facts, though.
You know?
Yeah, you feel the same way,
I feel the same way.
It's a fucking fight. There's shit gonna happen. Deal with it, you know?
I'm gonna
deal with it.
The only time I ever really complained about somebody fucking with me, I poking me when I fought John Jones. That's the only time, because that's the way he does it. He keeps his fingers in your face, in your eyes, and I kept trying to push it right here.
This is shit.
Yeah, and I was telling the referee, like, man, you gonna do something about this or what? I didn't even complain about him kicking my knee backwards. Okay, that's a move. But him putting his fingers in my eyes and deliberately poking me in my eyes, because I even was training for it. I came to the fight with a eye injury from like somebody poking me in the eyes, like a little red spot in my eye. So I know he saw it. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking about walking down to the cage with some goggles on. I was thinking about it.
But even then, no disrespect to you, my nigga, but even then, do what the fuck you do. If that's what you got to do to win, hey, more kudos to you. If you want to be a cheater, my skills going to pay the bills. You know I'm going to be slipping. And I saw you trying to like dip past that, you know? Yeah. But Jones is such a long guy. It's so hard to get past that arm. Yeah. So he's trying to keep you out there. And be honest, if I'm like, when people sometimes they like ask me about his greatness, I still look at him sometimes as amateur in ways, you know? Like his stand-up to me was amateur in some ways.
John Jones?
Yes, in the way he would do those things like that.
I know what you're saying. He's very technical, though, the way he did things. Like, that was a really hard training camp.
Not from the technique, yeah. But I'm more so like his defense. That was his defense for everything.
Because he's so long, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know how to roll it, slip it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But no technique that way, you know?
Yeah, I thought he was very technical because training for him, I remember they were like, okay, if you're gonna throw the head kick, he's gonna switch stances and do this, and then he's gonna do that. It was like so much stuff and I thought, oh, this guy must be real technical, because I don't watch my opponent fights.
No,
I don't like to, because I like to figure them out while I'm fighting. So my coaches tell me what they're going to do, because I made a mistake. The only guy I watched all their fights was Vanderlei Silva.
But it kind of builds this complex.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, well, he got a nasty this
or that,
you know?
And then after that, I was like, I lost to Vanderlei, and I watched all his fights. I was like, nah. Because he when I fought him, he was undefeated for 5 years. You know, so all the fights I've watched him for all, and I didn't really see him lose.
Bro, you fought him on drugs too. You fought him on drugs.
Yeah, man. People on my Instagram right now, because I talked about it. They thought that I was on steroids in Pride, and so a lot of people
because everybody had that whole stigma, especially with Chael Sonnen coming out and saying everyone's on drugs.
Yeah,
you know?
So
some of us ain't, bro.
Everybody ain't. Like, everybody don't need that shit.
I smoke my little weed, you know. Yeah. I'm good with that, and that's it.
You never touched steroids before, have you?
Never.
I can look at your body and tell.
Never touched steroids, bro. And in the whole 20 years of my sport, I ain't never had an issue except for this one that you're probably gonna ask me a question about.
2022, November.
I got fucked up a little bit. I got caught up with USADA. I'm watching videos on YouTube. It's a white dude. His name is Dr. Eric Berg. I'm watching little videos for health all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a little healthy, because why? Nigga getting old, you know? I gotta stay young. Maybe I could take some stuff that keeps me young without cheating. Meaning, you're on your herbs, you're on your garlic, you know, you're on your blah, blah, blah. This thing's gonna help you with this, you know? And so, and doing it in a natural way. I've always been a natural guy. So he mentions, hey, you know, if you wanna be able to, I think the video was like cut weight in your sleep or lose extra pounds. He was like, you need to take vitamin D, vitamin A. He said magnesium, potassium. So I'm like, I know all those are good, you know? Yeah. But he said this last one, he said DHEA. You know what that is?
No, I never heard of it.
I didn't know what it was either. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. I'm not a guy. I'm kind of getting into learning this shit some, but I still don't know. No. Right. So he said DHEA. I'm like, okay. I take a picture of the video. I go get the vitamin D. I go to Walmart. I didn't go to GNC where I hear, hey, guys popped from taking shit and tainted substances, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. So I go to Walmart. I'm hanging out at Walmart. I get the vitamin D. I'm in the vitamin section. Not talk to none of the pharmacists for nothing behind the counter, nothing like that. So vitamin D, vitamin A, potassium. Oh, there's that DHEA stuff there too. It's right there where a kid could get it. It's not in. Yeah. It's in the vitamin section. So I grab it too. Start taking the stuff. And then next year USADA came. You know, nothing to hide. Take a piss. You know. They like, hey, you popped. I sent them everything I'm taking. They go, oh, it's that one right there. You can't take that. I'm like, oh, fuck, well, no. I didn't know, and I don't watch your website. I don't ever have a drug problem. Yeah. I never even needed to ever look at the drugs because I don't do drugs. So why would I even pay attention to your list? I'm not in there looking for anything to get advantage. So it just kind of got me a little fucked up with that.
Did they? What kind of fine did they give you? They give you?
They gave me 6 months. You know what I mean? I was getting ready to fight, and then like 2 weeks before the fight, my son's supposed to come. I was fucking heartbroken. I was supposed to do my thing, and now they shut my fight down.
Yeah, so, you know, me thinking stuff like that, like if it's something over the counter and stuff, it should be something in place where they like give you a warning the first time. Because you're right, like we're fighters, we're not attorneys, we're not doctors, we don't, you know what I'm saying? We're
lawyers and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to go and look at all this stuff because we know we don't. It should
I
have been
don't
like,
read emails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers email me. I didn't fucking read no email. Yeah. You better text me.
Yeah.
You better text me or call me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go on their website. Oh, you guys don't even like you guys. First of all, when y'all come,
Bear, we need to start
me
something.
up and shit.
We need to start something to sign a petition, like stuff like that, like over the counter drug. The first offense, if you fuck up, if you mess up, it should be like a warning.
You need to do this for the fighters. This is something we need to do, a Rampage initiative, help these fighters out. So that's crazy. So it's an over-the-counter vitamin that you take. It pops you for USADA. You get a 6 month ban, and they know that it was a vitamin that you got from Walmart. They couldn't find anything else, and that's all that
was it.
That's it.
And the crazy part about it too is like that thing is legal in WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Agency, where the basketball players be fine and the football players be fine, but we can't take you because we're under strenuous. We're under strenuous drug testing.
Yeah, you guys get the most abuse to your body. Bro, you guys need anything you can.
Yeah, but we have also the tightest drug testing too. So I would have been cool if I was a basketball player or something like that. You know,
I'm gonna say this. I am against fighters doing steroids.
Fuck yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm number one.
Yeah,
I'm number one for that shit. So when I got popped, I knew everybody was coming because why? I'm the guy be like, you're a cheater. Yeah. Fuck you. You need to cheat. Now I'm the guy.
Talking.
And they're like, we knew the whole time. That's why you look like, and that's why you fast like. I'm like, bro, I don't need to cheat this shit.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm not against fighters doing TRT and growth hormone. I'm not against that.
Yeah,
because back in the day, it wasn't illegal to do TRT, but then Chael Sonnen and other motherfuckers fucked it up.
I think Vitor fucked it up.
Yeah, he did too. Like, look, I'm an older fighter. Like after I fought John Jones, you know, I never thought I was gonna lose that fight because I was in the best shape of my life. I've never lost a fight being in that good of a shape, right? So I was overconfident. And then after the fight, I went to the doctor, did my blood work. They said, "Oh, your test is really low." And I started doing TRT. I had injuries and stuff like that. I started doing it. It was
helpful for you?
Yeah, it helped me out. It was completely normal, but then over time, I started gaining weight. I got too big on it, so I don't even do none of that stuff now. I don't
know nothing about nothing. Like I've never tried none of that shit.
You can't do it now. You can't do
honest,
it.
Like I'm on the other side of you. No, none of that. Like if you need to, I told a friend this too. The same thing. If I need to cheat or if I need to take stuff like that, I need to get out the game.
How old are you?
I'm 37.
Yeah,
just turned 37 last month.
Yeah, but you look good.
This month.
You look good right now. You look healthy. You look ready for war.
Who do you know? Right now, I'm the most active fighter in the UFC. Every year they go, who have them been fighting the most? It's always me, number one or number two.
That's it.
In the last 2-3 years.
Ready to throw hands at all times.
I've been doing this consistently every fucking year.
I got a question for you. What's your favorite thing about being a fighter? You know, I'll tell you my favorite thing about being a fighter.
Tell me first.
You know, I'm from Memphis, and growing up, I didn't have like a good relationship with the police officers. And now, since I've been in the UFC, that's
they treat you good.
They treat me good, bro. I love the police now. I love the police now. I'm not afraid when they pull me over, nothing like that. I don't never tell them who I am. They ask me for my
ID.
They ask me for my. I'm gonna show you what I do. I'm gonna show you. They ask me for my driver license and shit. I give him this. It's like normally this shit is right here inside here. Boom, I give him this. We can't show that the camera got my information on there. But look, you see that?
Can I tell the camera what you got in there?
Yeah.
Show the camera what you got in there.
Y'all go blur out my information.
Yeah,
right?
just hold it. He got a badge.
Because I like fast cars. I like speeding and shit, right? Yeah. And they see the badge and then they see my name. They're like, oh, you Rampage Jackson? I'm like, yeah, I'm Rampage. I never tell them nothing like that, right? So now my relationship with the police, man, is real good. And growing up in Memphis, man, I've been threatened to get beat up by the police and everything because I always look bigger for my age and stuff like that. And I was a kid just doing dirt in the street, and they always threatened.
I used to get pulled over by the police probably about 15 times in a month, especially from San Bernardino. San Bernardino, shoot 'em up city. You know, we kill each other every day. So they were racial profile. Black people, you see you, and then at the time, I think I was working in a little warehouse. I could barely afford this $500 car, and it was a little hoopty that like drug dealer drove. It was a Cutlass, a '68 Cutlass. To me, it was gonna be an old school, like in the videos I watched all the rappers. I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna do blah 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 with it. But to them, it's like you trying to hide drugs. I ain't never did drugs. I ain't never been no drug dealer, nothing like that. I'm a good kid. I wrestled all my life. I did this. I fought, you know. So I never thought about none of that. But I would get pulled over, and my girl at the time, that was her question. Every time she saw me, she'd be like, you get pulled over today? As soon as I see her, you get pulled over today? Sometimes she had to go run barefooted out the house because I didn't call her. Like, hey, they come and get me. Put up the phone. Hey, I'm good. You know what I mean? But
it's part
it is what
of
it is.
But do you have a better relationship with them now that you fight in the UFC? Do they recognize you and stuff when they pull you over? They see you and stuff?
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah, I would say that. More so, but no, I just always kept it cool with them. I've always been a good dude. I'm like, hey, officer, how you doing? Like, I was just always respectful. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm respectful. I understood. Niggas get their ass whooped, and, you know, because you're showing your ass. Shut the fuck up. He's supposed to be the authority in the sun. Shut the fuck up and do what the fuck he said and get it over with. You know, get on my face, you know? Yeah. And so, to answer your question, the best part about fighting, for me, fighting, the best part is to be able to help people, you know? I feel like as men, our job is to change the world, to move this shit, shake this shit around, you know? When daddy come through and make this motherfucker move, you know? And so all the people that I can impact, all the people I can touch, you know, all the lives I've changed with, hey, you know, I was able to put my brother in a home now, you know? I was able to, like, my goal when I got into the game, I was a foster care kid, you know? From 4 years old, I never had a mom, never had a dad. I grew up on the streets. My grandmother raised me a little bit, but then she passed away. So then I was in like 50 different homes, home to home. I lived with black people, white people, Mexican people that don't even speak English. I speak a little bit of Spanish, you know? Hablar poquito, you know? Yeah. So I speak a little bit of Spanish. I had to hang around with the Mexicans for a minute, and they fuck with me a lot and took care of me. But point I'm getting to is that after all that, I had to finally become something. I always wanted to have like a home. From being in 50 different homes, I wanted a home. And so that nobody could ever tell me, hey, you gotta go, bro. We can't have you stay here anymore. You know, I know you're sleeping on the couch. I know you even pay us a little rent, but now you gotta go, you know? And so being a broke kid, now I give that same opportunity where I can give it to other people and help other people, where I was that kid and I was just like, please give me a chance. Just help me out with this ride to work. $1 to help me get here and I'm gonna be good, you know, and give somebody that opportunity. So for fighting, that's what it is for me. 1, 2, give a home to each one of my children so that they all understand that daddy didn't have a home to go to. You got a home no matter what. So that's been my goal for fighting, is to pay off all my homes.
That's what's up, man.
And lead them to my kids. Y'all all got homes that are paid off. No one could ever tell you to move, do this and that. All you got to do is pay your property taxes.
How many kids you have? I
got 3. 1 black, 1 white, 1 Mexican.
You sound like me.
You know? How many kids you got?
I got 4.
Yeah.
I collect kids, cars, and shoes. My oldest, my oldest, he looks white, but he's albino. He got blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay. And then I got Roger. That motherfucker look African. And then my 2 youngest, I got my youngest son look like Tiger Woods, and my daughter, she looks like what's that actress that's dating Spider-Man?
Oh, you talking about
Zendaya?
Yeah.
Zendaya, yeah.
My daughter reminds me of Zendaya. But she's
that's what my daughter look like too.
Yeah, she's half Japanese, so I got a
you got a little Japanese baby.
Man, dude.
So a Japanese baby.
I got 2 Japanese babies.
2 Japanese babies.
1 black.
1 black.
And then, but my oldest son, even though he's albino, but his mom is half white. Half black.
Okay.
And my grandparents are mixed with Irish. So he came, his blood, came all out.
So you didn't got a little round on. You got around a little bit. Had a little experience with different cultures.
I can't complain. Man. I love my kids, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. My household, I always thought that my life was a reality show for God because my kids are racist as hell towards each other, bro. Yeah. In the house, when we all stand together, they would be saying some messed up shit, bro. Yeah. I overheard a whole bunch of stuff like because my oldest son, he don't like to be called white. And they call him white because he got blonde hair and blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? He look white. And then my youngest son, half Japanese, and he was making fun of my other son for being black. I'm like, you so black, this, that, black. I said, boy, shut up, you black too. And then he looked at me like, yeah, only because of you. I'm like, man, how dare I have some racist ass kids, man? They be going at each other like racist jokes.
With it too. My kids struggle with it too. You know, that's love. Like my daughter, she be asking me like, wait a minute, I'm black. Like, I would tell her that, hey, you black. You know, because people gonna call you black, but her mama white, so she like, wait a minute, my mama white. I thought I'm white. You know, no, you black, and people gonna call you black. You know, but she's like, but I'm not your color, Dad. You know,
yeah, their kids don't understand.
They gonna call you black still. You know.
Yeah, I remember one time I took my son to Memphis to go visit his grandma. My oldest son when I was just me and him, and some Asian people was like, they straight up like honest, like, why your son so wide? and I'm like, what? He's albino. Have you ever heard of albino? Then I thought about it. I ain't never seen no albino Asian. At that time I didn't. Then one dude, he was sitting there and he talked to my son, whispering to my son, do you know this man? And I'm over here. I got great ears. I'm a wolf. I heard everything. Do you know him? And I'm like, man, why are you talking to my son? I said, bro, look, bro, that's my son, bro. Like, he ain't white. I had to tell him. He ain't white. And my son, he was going to, because, you know, I got him when he was 3 years old. He had a deadbeat mom. I was a single dad fighting in pride. People didn't know this. I was a single dad.
Shout out to you, big dog.
I raised him since he was 3 years old. He's 24 now. And
good daddies.
Yeah, when I got him, you know, he wanted to call me Rampage. I looked at the little white ass. Hell no, you call me Dad, bro. I ain't going to jail for your ass.
You better call me Daddy. So you better call me together.
You better call me Dad.
He didn't kidnap this kid.
It's one of the best dads. I've watched him kind of take care of everybody and always try to get his kids on the right path and kind of be there for you. And that's, you know, everybody's always developing themselves as a person, but something about you, Rampage, is
how do you deal with that?
You spend a lot of time doing that.
Man,
being a father and being into the sport where it takes so much out of your body, out of your time, out of your mind.
Man, bro, I'm telling you, it was the hardest thing for me. So this is something that I don't tell a whole lot. So this is how I got the Japanese kids. I had that boy, D'Angelo. I had him when I was in college, and me and his mom, we were just friends. And then, anyway, long story short, she turned to a deadbeat. I had to get him, and right when I just started fighting, I had to get him. Then I went to Pride, and I was fighting Vanderlei, and I was winning, and I got knocked out. And my girlfriend was in the audience. I get a ticket. She was there, and she was like, "Man, you almost had me, you almost won." If I would have won that fight with Vanderlei, I would have been the youngest champion in MMA history because I was young as fuck. And she was like, I think if you didn't have to focus on raising your son so much and you can just focus on training, you could be champion. She said, so I'm gonna move to America and help you with your kid and so you can focus on training. And I really appreciate this girl, and so I married her because she left her job, her family. She come from like a rich family, and she left all her friends, and she moved in with me. And then she got pregnant, and then she was helping me train, and so she was helping me out. So it was so hard, bro. I had to let people babysit my son while I go to Japan for 5 days. Yeah, and sometimes people don't take care of your kids like you. Yeah, and so
can trust them.
But where I fucked up is, I had already had Roger, my twin 3-year-old, the one that's fighting. I had him 8 months later when I got home from college, and I didn't know for sure that he was mine. And his mom saw me fighting on TV in Japan, and she told her mom, like, yeah, that's my baby daddy right there. That's my baby daddy right there. Her mom was like, man, you lying, shut up. And then I kept my number the same because she told me that he was mine. I said, I ain't gonna change my number. I can't afford no DNA test right now, but when I can afford one, I'll take one. If he mine, I'll take care of it. And then it came out. She was a deadbeat mom too. The grandma was raising her, and he was mine. So I told my ex-wife at the time. I told her we was married. I told my wife, I said, listen, I remember you asked me how many kids I got. I said I got one baby and one maybe. And I said, yeah, that maybe is mine. She was like, she speaks English, but Japanese is her first language. She said maybe. She said I didn't understand that. I didn't know. I thought you said I had one baby. So she left me because I had to get custody of him. She filed for divorce and just bounced. So all over again. I'm
daddy in 2 now.
2, and she was pregnant with my daughter at the time, and she didn't tell me. So overnight, I got 4 kids. And then it was so hard. Now by this time I'm fighting in the UFC, and now I'm a single parent again. But now I'm making money, so I can afford a nanny and stuff like that. Like my relationships with my kids suffered, but I had to keep a roof over their heads and keep a roof over my ex-wife head. Even though she left me when I needed her the most, when I got 2 kids, I still remember that what she did. She left her whole world to help me raise So I still took care of her. I took care of her like we were still married. I still took care of her. She lived in my first house I ever bought. I brought her cars every summer. I flew them all to Japan, gave her $10,000 spending money, and I ain't had to give a shit because her parents rich. Yeah. But I did it just show her, like, you know.
That you're putting in.
I'm putting in. So it was a struggle. It was hard trying to focus on the kid, and I had to just tell my kids, listen, you got to be good at school, because I don't want her coming to school and because my kids, they got my blood. They bad as hell. My 2 older ones, I'm like, man, you can't get suspended from school. You can't do none of that shit, because I don't got time to come up to your school.
Yeah. My son, no. Hey, I put in all my kids' head. If I get a call from school, because I'm too busy doing what I got to do. If I get a call, that means it's going down, and when you come home, it's going down. Yeah. You know, so you already know. You've been fucking with school, me and you finna get into it, you know?
Yeah. When you going to have some kids, so you know I struggle.
I can't deal with that. I can't do it. A maybe and a yes. I can't do it all that. A maybe and a baby, no, I'm straight.
So you mentioned something right now. You said something about pride, and you just said a comment about making money at the UFC. What was the pride money like? Because I heard Japanese money's supposed to be good.
Yeah, Japanese, like a lot of fighters was making a lot of good money in pride. But me, I came over to fight Sakuraba. So they was planning on me just getting my ass kicked by Sakuraba and throwing me out. But I put on a good fight. And I came from King in the Cage.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Same here.
Yeah, I fought Sakuraba.
So I grew up in your shadow.
Yeah,
a little Rampage.
Yeah,
You're the street soldier.
Yeah,
I'm the soldier of God. But I was before Romero, Romero. So people thinking like I had soldier of God. And they think I'm copying this guy. I came before him.
I gotta clear it up. Look,
he is right there.
That says God Street Soldier.
That's God Street Soldier.
People forget about the God.
Amen.
Yeah. Because I know the Most High. He's good. He been taking good care of me. Yeah. But when I went to Pride, they didn't. The people that was overseeing me, that the ones my manager had to deal with, they didn't like me. So my first fight in Pride, fighting Sakuraba, it was a 2 weeks notice fight. I fought for $10,000. Damn. Cash money, right? And then they brought me back. My next time fighting, I fought this guy named, he's a pro wrestler, and they only paid me $5,000, but it wasn't in Pride. It was like in a pro wrestling show where we had a real fight, but everybody else was doing like MMA style pro wrestling, right? And then the fans loved me. They did like the survey, bring me back, but then I had to work up. I was making $30,000 while other motherfuckers were making like $250,000, $300,000. So they never really paid me. I didn't really get paid good money in Pride until I fought K1, and so when I found out how much money everybody else was making, that's when things went sour. You know, I started like acting out. I started, you know, it fucks with you mentally. But then when I came to the UFC, they broke my contract because I went to this other organization. I didn't want to go to the UFC. They broke my contract, and my manager at the time, there was manager me in Japan. He knew how much money I made. The most money. So he doubled the most money I ever made and gave me a sick ass pay-per-view deal. So when I came over to UFC, man, I
get you money now.
Oh yeah,
right. You deserve.
So I wasn't making good money, but the thing about that, I was making cash money and Pride. Mm-hmm. But you know, UFC, that's when you got to start.
You remember ever crossing paths with me? You don't.
Where? You got to remind, bro.
You don't. I don't expect you to. I was a little nigga, and so. It was the first time I'm at Kessler's Wellness Center. You fuck with Kessler? Yeah. You was there. And I'm sitting in the seat, and I'm like, fucking Rampage is coming. He's like, everybody's telling Rampage is coming. I'm like, oh, fuck it. I want to see them. I'm going to meet this guy, you know? We sitting there. You come in. About 2-3 seats down, somebody took a picture of you. And on the low. And you got hot.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, he told me the same shit. He's like, he don't like that shit. For some reason, like he's like, he don't like his picture being taken. I don't know, maybe because he feels like he's overweight or something like that. Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Me as a young kid, I didn't know. I was too dumb and figure out what you were going through to put myself in your shoes. You know, because I hadn't reached what you reached. Yeah. So I'm like, I kind of was offended. I kind of didn't like you at the point. I'm like, this is my idol. And now my idol's a fucking asshole.
No,
you know?
Now that they could have came and asked me for a picture, they asked me, no, I would have gave it to him.
He took it on the low. He did a little sneaky one.
I'm gonna tell you why, because one time I took my sister to the fair here in Orange County, my little sister. She the reason why I became a fighter, my little sister, because, anyway, I love her to death. And she wanted to come and visit me. I took her to the fair, and we eating fair food. And this is when I first started, like, getting overweight, after my fights. And my face is all puffy. Some fan took a picture and sent it to TMZ, and they made fun of me for being like a normal human being eating fair food with my sister. So ever since then, I hate it when people do the paparazzi picture because they come and take a picture with me, they ain't gonna sell it to TMZ. Yeah. But if they see me out doing something, I'm getting treatment or I'm doing something, it's like a paparazzi. Anybody can be paparazzi now. So yeah, I do get mad when people do the paparazzi style because of that TMZ. That TMZ before the thing came on TMZ, I didn't care. Cause this is the thing about me that people don't really understand. And it's hard for me to explain it to people. When I first started fighting back in early 2000s, it wasn't popular like the UFC is now. I didn't fight to be famous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I fought to feed my family.
I fought to feed my family. And
Same shit to this day.
And if you can really understand, when I used to go to Japan, I used to be popular as fuck over there. I used to be famous at Japan because Japan had groupies. It's like being a basketball player over there. We don't got no groupies over there. Yeah. Bro, I was a man over there. I was a man over there. Come home after my fights, I can go out and live my life. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. Only every now and then hardcore fans would come and say, hey, what's up, Rampage? And it was no big deal. And then I go out, I like to live my life. I like to be a regular guy. Then as soon as I fight in the UFC, overnight, like I couldn't really go nowhere without people asking me for pictures and stuff the whole time and everything. So it was like a dramatic change, even though I'd been fighting for years. And I'll be honest, I like the fame part over in Japan because sometimes hot ass girl come up to you asking for a picture and stuff like that. Here in America, only dudes.
Yeah, it's only a dudes. Sausage fest.
Oh man, God! Every now and then a chick will come over because she heard some guy, but then she got to apologize to you 5 times. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to say to that? It's the weirdest thing. So I never started fighting to be famous. You know what I'm saying? I love this sport and I love the MMA fans. I love Rampage fans more than I love the MMA fans because they know me. They took the time to get to know me and they know how to like interact with me.
Deal with you.
Yeah, because I like joking around. I like laughing. But the same story you just telling me, I had to tell you, I apologize that you know what I'm saying, it wasn't, because I don't think about, it's hard for me to say this in the right, I don't think that I'm inspiring people. I don't think that
people watching you and paying attention to your every move.
Yeah, I don't think about that. And then, the guy, what's the guy name I fought in Bellator? He had the same thing. He didn't like me because King Mo, same thing. I met him at King the Cage. He told me the story. I met him at King Cage. He said I was talking to like 3 white people, and he walked up and wanted to talk to me, and I didn't talk to him. He said I like just blew him off. Yeah. And I was like, bro. It was probably like Terry Trebicar. I was probably talking business. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting for $500 back then. I was trying to make some money. You know what I'm saying?
They can't understand a nigga until you're in this position.
And he ain't like me ever since then. So I had to tell you, bro, I apologize for that because I never like taking pictures. But if people come up and ask me, hey, Rampage, hey, can I get a picture real good? If they ask me nice and stuff like that, I ain't eating that with my kid. I very rarely tell people no, especially kids younger than me, because one time I met my favorite wrestler when I was wrestling in state. And he didn't sign an autograph for me, but I saw him walk off and sign another little kid autograph. And it fucked me up for years. It made me not even want to be a pro wrestler no more. I used to want to be a pro wrestler. And that changed me. So I always give like a little kid, somebody young, if I think that kid or younger, I always get them pictures. But sometimes if I'm out doing my thing and people walk, give me a pic and I'm out with some girls, something like that, then I'm like,
So that's what I started thinking about. I'm like, from that day on, I said, all right, it's a privilege for somebody to want to take a picture with you. And that man acted that way. And I will never be that way. I will always be open. I'll be eating food. I'll be busted. My hair ain't cut, like messed it up. Somebody will see me in flip-flops in the store and want to take a picture. I'm like, man, you want to take a picture of me like this? And they're like, please? I'm like, sure, brother, I got you. And so I do a picture. But sometimes now it's the adverse of you is that I'm in a bunch of awkward situations where I'm like what I thought about at the end, I'm like, maybe he was with a side chick. He wasn't even probably supposed to be there. Got a picture. And it's happened to me now where a nigga took a video of me And low key, my side bitch was in the back, you know? And I was like, oh, what the?
It be that way, bro.
I
know exactly where you're coming from because you can't take 100% of the pictures you get asked for. But I feel I feel bad because, like I said earlier, I told you I know the Most High. Like I was supposed to been dead a couple of times, and then I had to think about that. I was like, you know what? It could be I could be in the grave, but people are asking to take a picture with me. So sometimes I feel really bad when I say no. When I should have said yes. It's times when I could say yes, but you know I'm a human being. Sometimes I be in bad moods. Like right now, I fast every day, and I be hangry as fuck. So sometimes people ask me for a picture, and I just be in the bed, like, no, I don't want no picture right now. But it's also people energies how they ask me. Mm-hmm. So I feel bad. So that's a good way to look at it. But you're gonna get caught up one day. Just expect it.
I'll come with this shit. You know, I'll come with this shit. Yeah. And so it's me as the average. I gotta go extra, like the point where I'll be doing autographs, pictures, blah blah. Security will have to pull me and say, "Hey, you got it, you're done," you know, because I won't stop. It's like they keep asking, or they're asking, you know, and maybe I need to have a little bit more of a refrain instead of being so open, you know.
How old were you when you saw him? How old do you think you were?
About 23, 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it wasn't you that took the picture though, huh?
No, a little Asian kid or a little Mexican kid. Yeah. I'm like, don't do that. This nigga gonna put me in a headlock.
But then you didn't say anything to him.
I didn't say nothing. After that, I just saw your energy. I'm like, that nigga on that type of time right now. I ain't gonna bother him. You know what I mean? He on that type of time.
So, y'all could have been friends.
Yeah, we could have been friends because. If I'm upset with somebody that did something, it been somebody else cool, right? Could have told a joke. I've been laughing right away. Then you know they would have eased him. I would have explained to, man, don't. Sometimes I explain it to people, but real talk, 100%. I don't go to Dr. Kessler's office that much because of. I love Dr. Kessler, but sometimes I don't like a lot of attention on me. And it's hard
over there.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like a lot of attention on me. If he know I'm coming, people be waiting. And then people, I can feel people. I can read people's energy, and people make me feel like I think I'm the shit or something like that. And I don't want that.
Same shit, bro.
So when I go places, I'm especially by myself, bro. I'm shy as fuck. When I'm around people I don't know. Bro, I'm super shy. I don't want the attention. They see us
with this, and they think that they automatically assume, well, you're wearing all this, you look like this, you should act like this, or you think you this. You know what I mean? No, there's some shit I learned from the hood. You know what I mean? Every black man I knew rock chains. This is what we do.
But that's our culture. That's what we did in our home country. We come from the land of abundance of gold and diamonds. We was wearing that shit for 1,000 years. Yeah. That's just what it's in our DNA. People don't understand that, you know. So this is how we is. We attracted to stuff like that. Like when I see you wearing all those rings and stuff like that, you know, that reminds me of when I used to watch Mr. T when I was a kid. He be fixing on the cars, all them damn rings on and stuff like that.
Yo,
he came through with
normal
the
does. I've been doing this shit normal. I'll still be at the house, normal wearing this shit. You know,
that's your daily driver. I mean, it's a chain completes any fit. We all know that. JAXXON.com. Hey, you talk about money, providing for your family. You've been big on this always. Like you didn't fight for fame, you fight to provide for your family. You say the same thing right now. After the Gordon fight, you know, it was obviously controversial. They try to, you know, do the whole thing, the KO, this, that, you know, no contest. Did Dana end up giving you the win bonus?
Fuck no.
No?
Fuck no. He like, nigga, I ain't giving you another $100 grand. Because I got 100 to show, and then they got to pay the other 100.
I saw you wilding about it.
Yeah, when I come, I already put in my mind, I'm coming to get my money, especially if I perform and I didn't fuck this up. He fucked it up, you know what I mean? Or you pulled out like a little pussy. Because the thing with me was like, Jordan was still fighting. And so I'm like, he was still trying to kick me. Matter of fact, as I went in, he tried to put me for a triangle. So I was like, hey, had he kicked me with an up kick, had he put me in the triangle, y'all would have let that shit still go and I would have lost. So no, the fight is still going. Had y'all say, hey, all right, let's go. All right, cool, I understand, no contest. But no, y'all let him still fight, give him a chance to even try to finish me. Nah, I want my money. Nah, give me my money, you know? But no, I didn't get it. It's okay. Send me back in there. I'll go back and make it back again. You know, go back to work.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you fought some of the best lightweights in UFC history. Who do you think has been one of the toughest fights? Who do you think is one of the toughest fighters you probably have ever fought?
Everybody always asks me that, and it's like, for me, almost 50 fights in, everybody did something differently. You know, everybody was hard in different ways. You know what I mean? Hard in different ways. Like for instance, I would say the fight with a guy named Thiago Moises. Thiago hit me right in the eye, just caught me straight. And you know, sometimes the glove and everything go right in the eye. You ever been hit right in your eye? Not just around, no, right in the shit, you know? I thought he burst my shit, where I'm like, oh, my eye. I hollered out that. They thought I was trying to say, he fuck his fingers, or I just hollered my eye. You know what I mean? I was just hollering my eye.
He got you before you blinked.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I fucked up. And for the first time, he see weakness now. He like, I'm gonna go jump on him now. So I'm fighting back, bing, bing, bing. But I fought the whole round. That was the first round. The next half of that and the next round blind out of one eye. So I had to fight and learn how to, you gonna be all right? I went back to the corner. I can't see, coach. I can't see. I think it's like 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers. I can't see. I said, hit the motherfucker in the middle. You know what I mean? Hit the motherfucker in the middle. So for me, it's like there's different ways to kind of weigh it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Me and Rafael Fiziev went in there, and Rafael Fizev's like the Michael Jordan of stand-up. He's got 150 Muay Thai fights and blah, 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 championships. And I'm like, man, he's supposed to wash me on the feet. Mm-hmm. So when I was fighting that guy, I just he kept trying to kick me. So like, couple kicks, I'm taking him here. One of them, he kicked me and I felt like he broke my arm. I'm like, I can't feel my arm, but just fucking keep throwing it anyway, you know? And so they're all different ways, you know what I mean? They're all equals in different ways, you know? I can't put it like this. Some fights I've went to the death where it's just all kind of different ways. I couldn't give nobody you were the hardest, you know?
Yeah.
He was pretty tough and he was pretty tough. We're all tough. You know, in different ways.
100%. I mean, your ground game looked insane against Ferguson. You obviously got the submission. You had the arm triangle. I think it was an arm triangle, right? Mm-hmm. You fought guys that are insane on the ground, like Islam and stuff. Is there a big difference between how you prep for a fight, like Tony Ferguson versus Islam,
Stan, you always bring that Islam fight up. Okay,
why is
first of all, I just fought another dude. His name was Nazareth or something like that.
Yeah.
I fought him in Houston. And I just went to a 3-round war with him, beat him up, or I broke the record. I got the most amount of hits in my division, meaning I go to work, meaning nobody ain't even close to me with the number amount of significant strikes you get hit with. I'm way above everybody else. So I go to work. I done busted my hands up, my swollen, shins a little banged up. And they say, hey, go fight Islam on 10 days notice. It's like, I was sitting at home smoking. My girl's finna have surgery. So I was supposed to be there for her. And it's like, oh, y'all kind of caught me with my pants down. All right, well, they gonna give me a little money. I'll take it. But now you got to live with that and go, oh, well, he just walked through you. Well, anybody you try to prepare on 7 days notice, you're gonna probably walk through you.
Fans don't see that. They don't see that part. That's why I will never take a short notice fight again. Like if I, what'd you say? If you was psychic and shit like that, if I can go back in time.
Yeah.
A lot of my fights in Pride was
all they see is wins and losses.
Yeah. That's all they see.
Wins and losses. It don't matter about what you went through and how close or what happened or not. Nope. Wins and losses.
You won't do it no more, huh? You won't take a short notice fight again, huh?
Fuck no. I mean, no. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
You'll still do it?
Yeah. Fuck yes.
You don't care about the record?
Rampage, I don't know about you, but I'm a real G with this shit, my nigga. Listen, most of my fights been under 30 days to get ready for. All of them. If out of 50, 45 of them would be under 30 days.
But how do you deal with because now with social
everybody
media,
else does 8-week camps, you know?
Yeah. How would you deal God forbid something go wrong and you lose by taking a short notice fight? Because I've done that.
How would I deal with it?
How would you deal with the backlash of the fans saying that shit on social media?
I don't give a
You don't care?
fuck,
You don't bother you?
What we getting this for? To make this money and feed our family. That's what's important. All that other shit ain't important with you talking and he talking. You know what I mean? I hear that a lot of times. I'm like, they don't even know. And it's all good. You know? At the end of the day, did you get paid? Do we got the house? Hey, you good? My son good? My daughter good? Hey.
I'm with you. I feel you on it, but this is what's wrong with me. And I do hate this part about me. With the social media, I don't care if people talk shit. People talk shit. But what I don't like is that I know they won't say it to my face. When they come see me, oh, I'm your biggest fan, right? Mm-hmm. And then I learned this. What I learned. I learned this. I'm your biggest fan. Blah, blah, blah. Then they get all the pictures and whatever. You get cool with them, stuff like that. Then they be like, "Can you unblock me on Instagram?" And I look at them like,
"Oh, you must have said some old foul shit." Yeah,
because I block people right away.
They say, too.
Yeah, they say something like, "This not the people I want following me. This not the people that I want to have access to my social media." Yeah. So as soon as they said that, I know I ain't blocked them for no mistake. Because I make sure, you know what I'm saying?
If you got blocked, but you were being a dick, bro.
Right. So they'll talk shit to you on the internet. Then when they finally meet you, I'm your biggest fan. And that's my thing with it. Like, I don't care. People can say whatever they want to say because I say some messed up stuff. I like joking around. I like laughing. I say some stuff, you know. I try to be
wild out a little bit.
Yeah, I like being funny on people. I like being, but I don't try to be fun to where they block me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How you deal with that? You deal with people on the internet? You got to block people?
Yeah, I block people, you know. But to be honest, most of the time I'm not even paying attention. Like, I don't even do the comments too much, you know. I'll watch after my fight to kind of see what the critics were saying. Like when you said about the eye pokes and stuff, I'm like, okay, that's what everybody's kind of narrative everybody's going with. So I can understand what they're looking for. Yeah. Hey, am I doing a good job? I know I'm already my toughest critic, so I want to make sure that, hey, what are they seeing that I may not be seeing, you know? Yeah. You don't ever want to be just like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and you're not paying attention. That you know, like, hey, I'm that guy that they think I'm the you know, I'm this guy to this guy. And Rampage is known for saying some crazy shit. Had he not paid attention to it, he may not know he's that guy, you know? You're like, hey, they got a video of you slapping somebody. They got a video saying you want to grab some ass. They got a video of this, you know what I mean? And then people are going crazy with it. He don't know if he ain't paying attention. So paying attention to, where is it going with this, you know? Because now they're like telling me a dirty fighter for a minute. I'm like, I could be looked at as that guy, and I don't even know it, that I'm that guy, you know?
About the short notice fights, the real thing, though, behind everything is like the promoters, like they know that it's harder for us to be victorious with a short notice fight. Pride used to do that to me all the time, and then I got hip to it. So what I did, I started staying in shape. I remember one time the toughest guy in Pride that was knocking everybody out, Igor Volchanchin, they gave me a fight with him 2 weeks notice. I had to shoot up to Big Bear and go fight this guy. He's knocking everybody out, and I was training with Rico Rodriguez coach and stuff like that, and because my coach was on vacation, and this is my first time since I've been having this coach fighting without him. And I learned from
shit show.
Yeah, I won the fight, and because I trained really hard. Because I went to Big Bear. I just said, you know, I know they wanted me to get knocked out because I told you these guys didn't like me, and they gave me a little bit more fuel. And then after that, what I did was I just stayed in the gym. I got in shape. So they give me like short notice fights. I'd be halfway ready. But what they should do, the fight must go on when somebody get hurt, right? So they should have like backup fights already where people already know, like, look, if one of these guys get hurt, you're going to be the guy. Yeah. But they don't do it. That'd be dope. That's what they should do, and they know this.
And give me a check to be the backup guy too.
Exactly. And they should do it. And this is the backup guy. You know what I'm saying? And the backup guy get a little promotion and stuff too, and he get money. Like the MMA know dope. They know that.
But that's too much money. It's too much money. Right. They have to do that every card for blah, blah, whoop to whoop, and then most fighters are going to get their check. So it's like, man, I'm going to pay that on expenses just for that? No, they don't want to do that.
But you know, fights.
They'll do it for a title fight, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess so. You can start it off with that, but then they already got fighters on the roster. You know what I'm saying? They already got fighters on the contract. What is it to have like a backup guy? He don't got to be a super famous backup guy. He don't got to be like top 10 or something to be like a backup guy so you can still see your favorite fighter fight. God forbid one of the fighters get hurt. Because how many times you went to a fight 100%? Like, bro.
You know, that's what most of us are fighting injuries, especially as you get later in your career. You fight a lot of people with a lot of injuries. You know, it just comes with this sport.
When you start training, I mean, talking about injuries, I was not to cut you off, but you talk about like going into a fight and you're always on such a short window. Like, how do you stay healthy? I saw you in one of your videos talking about your body or like your fitness or whatnot. Like, how you stay ready so sharp then?
I'm gonna keep it one with you. I don't lie about nothing. I'm gonna keep it one with my people. If you watching, nigga, don't be ready. Nigga, don't be ready. I just go kill myself in the gym. I just work so hard. I just fucking kill myself.
Of all time. You might be my favorite fighter of all time.
You know what I mean? You really I just go through, and I can't speak for you because I don't know what you go through, but I feel like I'm a little bit different than the average person when it comes to fighting. Because why? Like I said, I smoke weed, but I don't just smoke weed like I ain't gonna hit no pins. I'm not gonna hit no joints. I just smoke blunts. All tobacco.
What? You know what I mean? The cigar is the worst thing for you, man.
Worst thing for you. Yeah. So I'm smoking 15 of those a day. And I'm not talking about like a little bit. I'm talking about the big
roll
ones.
15 blunts a day?
Yes.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
No. Are you serious?
Ain't nothing changed with the day, bro.
So they don't drug test for weed no more, huh?
Nah. As long as you don't test the day of.
That's the Nate Diaz law.
You know what I mean? I think they got even leaner. We can have more in your system. Blah blah blah. You know. I think that's what. Making Nate like
I think Nate, all fighters can give Nate the praise for that. Nate knocked down that wall for the fighter.
He did that for us. You know?
He achieved for that.
Wait, bro, I was getting popped left and right.
15 pre-rolls a day. 15.
You said pre-rolls. No.
He rolled them himself.
Pre-rolls them little bitty little.
little pre-rolls.
Nah. Big ass.
You're not smoking 15
Hey, I got to ask you a question.
Yes.
Hey, I know you said you
How
grew up
you
in a
do
foster
that?
home, but did you know your parents?
Yes.
Were they Jamaican?
No. No. It's like
How you do 15 blunts a day?
this is what
it requires.
I got 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot in the gym.
That's it.
And this is what niggas did in the
15.
streets.
I'm
You know.
gonna tell you this. Listen, I started smoking weed when I was 8 years old, bro.
Yeah.
I started because I got a lot of older cousins and stuff, and the people that live across the street. I started drinking. I started sex young. Everything. I started
Same here.
I grew up.
Sex like a 8 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I grew up around adults, right? And one day, I don't see how you do 15. I'm gonna tell you. One day, one of my cousins picked me up. It was 4 of us, and we smoked 9 blunts. That's the day I learned how to smoke weed, because I stopped smoking that much weed, bro. Like I couldn't do nothing. I don't know how you can function off 15 blunts.
Yep.
4 of us smoked 9 blunts, and by the time I got home that day, I was musty because I was sitting in the car like this, to just out of it. And then after then,
You had to go to sleep.
oh man, it was bad. So now, well, I don't smoke weed no more. I stopped smoking weed when I turned 17.
Yeah.
When I started wrestling.
Yeah?
But
what's up.
when I was smoking weed, I'd take a little bit, get high. Get my high on, then I put it down. I went burn myself out. I'm gonna tell you, brother, from
I'm stupid with this shit.
Bro, you listen,
Stupid with it.
you burning yourself out.
Stupid with
get
it.
you a little high where you like the little high and put it down.
Be chill.
And chill.
Yeah,
and
mix
enjoy
in
it.
the water, dog.
Yeah.
Mix in the water.
Now, see, like where I really got this habit, like one year I started staying with my brother, and that's what he do too. He smoked all day. So I went from like maybe I'll smoke 1 or 2 to 3 a day to now 7, 8 a day, you know, and I got that new regimen, you know.
Bro, that's drug abuse.
Yeah,
That's drug abuse.
Yeah.
Niggas in the
drug
streets,
abuse.
You
bro.
abusing the fun.
Yeah.
I'm,
That's
bro,
drug
I'm
abuse.
make you
smoking like
tired?
a pound a month.
It doesn't
You know
make
what I
you
mean?
tired? Doesn't make you want to go to sleep?
Well, fuck yes.
How you still
and I
train
still
like
gotta
that?
get through. I just get through it, bro. I just get
You
through
got
it.
you got a lot of energy though. You
Yeah.
as real as it comes.
I just get
You know,
through it.
weed is the only drug I ever tried. I never tried anything else. I'm not curious and stuff like that, because I grew up in the streets, and I seen what it did to my community and stuff like that. And then the people I was hanging around, they used to we used to make fun of people that was doing blow and stuff. We used to call them.
You know what's crazy, Rampage? I used to hear these whispers. It's whispers.
Are you high right now?
No, nigga. I gotta fight, nigga.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just a real ass nigga.
Okay.
But I used to hear these little whispers of motherfuckers that told me stories about you.
What?
Told me stories about Jones. Told me stories about, and I went, oh, okay, I listen to all the black men, and this is what the black men are doing. The white men, y'all don't know it, but they watching y'all, they telling y'all little secrets.
Hey,
So,
I don't got no secrets, but I'm gonna tell
but
you.
I'm saying, like, I used to hear you used to sleep in a truck or a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the little secrets.
Yeah, I used to.
You know what I mean?
Right when I went to
Pay
Pride.
you in- I heard they paid you in weed before or something like
No.
that. Or somebody gave you like some shit like that. So to hear these little whispers.
You hearing rumors.
Rumors, yeah.
Yeah, you're not hearing. Yeah, I used to when I went to Pride, I was working.
But apparently some of them are true.
Yeah.
He did hear something that are true.
Dude, like you said, 100. I'm 100 because I can't remember my life, so I keep it 100. So you asked me anything, I tell you. I was sleeping in I was working in this Vietnamese bar. Right before I made it in Pride, they wanted me to fight Heath Herring. I never forget it. I was training for Heath Herring, and I was living in Huntington Beach, by the beach in this trailer park.
That's what I heard.
I got homeless because the guy that helped me out, he was married, and I was living on his couch, and his wife got tired of me living there. So one of the guys he was a bouncer too, he was a security. He let me live with him. And it wasn't even a big trailer, it was like a halfway, and I just had like the bed down there, and I had this damn Mexican girlfriend with a bruise over her eye that was cheating on me and shit. and me
Your
and
girl
her.
cheating on you?
Yeah, she was cheating on me with some dude at work. I was like, why? I said, why you let the dude smash? Oh, he said I couldn't take his dick. I was like,
Oh shit.
What?
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Who you fucking with? Goddamn.
My first Mexican chick from Texas. Man, that's why I don't trust women, bro. I don't trust women.
Bro, I'm right there with you, bro.
So I'm gonna tell you something. I hear rumors about myself too. Okay, this is one rumor that I hear about myself, that I was a bully in high school.
I can see that.
Out here in Orange County, but I ain't from here. I didn't move here till I was like 20, 21.
I can see that rumor.
Yeah. So and another rumor is that I only like Asian girls.
Oh, that's for sure.
That's not true though.
100%.
No,
I've never seen
no.
you with a girl that's not Asian.
Yeah, you ain't never seen me then because listen, I like
I've known
Asian.
him since I was 20 years old.
You ain't never seen me then.
You ain't never
never seen
seen
him
me then because I do smash. I mean, I do date a lot of Asian chicks. Because I like the way the Asian women treat me. Like, especially when I went to Japan. Think about me fighting in Japan and the women, like, I'm an alpha. It
sounds like it just makes sense.
And I like how they treated me.
Girl.
Yeah, I like how they treated me. And so I feel like a king when I was in Japan, fighting in Japan, how the girls used to treat me. So yeah, I'm gonna gravitate toward more Asian girls. But I date white. I was with a Puerto Rican girl for a long time. You can't tell me you didn't see that girl, Mariah, I was with.
Yeah, you used to drive around in the green Lambo.
Yeah, I was with the Puerto Rican girl.
She was nice.
Yeah.
He always had a nice thing with him.
Yeah, I be with white girls, but when I'm with them,
I don't judge at all.
I don't care though. But I'm tired of that rumor. You know why? Because now in Orange County, I can't get no chicks because everybody focus on these rumors. Oh, you got an Asian fetish. You don't like Asian guys, which is not true. For a long time, Asian girls were my favorite, but now the Asian girls are changed because they're so sought after. Their heads are bigger and stuff now. So I've been kind of like turning away from.
So what's your new type?
I always have like all women. But my mom even said the first girl I ever kissed was Asian. My mom told me when I brought my first Japanese girl home, she was like, I knew it. I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, I knew you was going to like Asian girls. I said, why? She said, the first time when I lost you in a grocery store, you was about 2-3 years old. I lost you in the grocery store. I found you a couple hours down. You was making out with some little Asian girl. And her mom thought it was cute.
Oh, you were
And so I was like, I already kissed. So the first girl I ever kissed was Asian.
So back to the rumors and stuff. I hear the rumors.
I want to hear it.
And I want to kind of like, that's what another thing had me kind of like I said, just little things like that, like, you know. But I never heard so many bad things. I heard the bully shit a little bit, you know.
We gonna clear it up. Listen, we gonna clear it up because if it's too bad, I want to hear because you said that after I said I ain't never done no drugs besides weed. Have you heard a rumor that I did some drugs?
No, not that. No. I'll keep it one with you. I'll tell you. No, just that you smoke weed. You know what I mean? You lived out your. They kind of played you like the poor black man, you know, which. I'm like, I'm from that too. It's no problem. I heard you were very moody and you were like abrasive to fans, you know, mean to fans. So I kind of like, okay, I don't want to be like that. But then when I got to UFC, I heard the whispers about like, oh, Melvin Gillard. I heard this whisper about John. I heard about Jones before all this shit came out. Hey, this motherfucker's a wild ass party. He's gonna be on fucking coke. He's gonna be on whoop. I'm like, what? Because I looked at Jones as higher than you. He was this godly man that was supposed to be, you know? I'm like, what? That's not John Jones. Not the John Jones that I looked up to, you know? Yeah. Like, nah, he really be
I've heard,
out of his mind.
I've heard rumors about John Jones. I've just never repeated them. I know a lot of stuff, but this is why I don't repeat rumors because I heard some of the rumors about myself. Yeah. That wasn't true. But yeah,
and I never repeat it. I just need to know, okay, this is how people are going to look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, watch how you move because people are going to be telling your story soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's always,
and I'm an open book.
Bro, you in the public eye. It's always going to be rumors about you. And people going to believe them no matter what. Like, have I smoked weed since I was 17? Yeah. But it's like a blue moon. I don't really smoke weed no more. But from I told you I started when I was 8. That's a true story. Yeah. And from the time I was, by the time I was 11 to 17, I was like you. I smoked it every day. And I got it for free. I used to sell crack as a kid. I grew up in the hood. I was selling crack at 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I got weed for free. So I was smoking it all the time. But then when I started wrestling, wrestling changed my life. Because I told you I was supposed to
kept me from drugs too.
Yeah. I said earlier I was supposed to die a couple times, right? And I was heading down the wrong path. I'm gonna tell you what changed my life. My mom got remarried and his best friend had the same last name as me, and he used to go and put me back in school whenever I got suspended. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Man, God told me to tell you something, bro." I started looking at him because I always been like, I'm from Bible Belt, so my uncle's a preacher, so I always kind of like knew God. I knew God was like looking over me, but I just had a shitty childhood. I ain't gonna go into that right now, but I listened to him. Because there was some other stuff going on with me. A lot of my friends coming up dead. A lot of my friends going to prison. He said, he was like, God told me to tell you something, man. It's like, I just been thinking about I don't know how you going to take it. But I said, man, just spit it out. He said, look, man, I've been watching you, man. I know what you up to. You out here in the streets, and I know you can fight. My family knew I could fight. I grew up fighting. He said, I bet you could take 2-3 dudes and just, you can hold your own. And I've done it. That's what I grew up doing. And he said, but, man, think about this, man. If you keep going the way you're going to go to prison. And I don't think you could be able to fight those dudes off on prison. He said, what they do to guys in prison? I was like, yeah, they beat them up, You got to think about this. Like I'm at this time, I'm like 15, 16 years old when he telling me this story. I said, yeah, they probably beat them up, bully them, take their money, their commissary and stuff. He said, no, man, they fuck them. I was like, what? He said, yeah, man. He said, yeah, man, you go to prison and you might get putting up with somebody that got 20 years life. Ain't no pussy in there. Like, who you think they go fuck the little young guy coming up in there? I said, real talk. He said, yeah. I said, I just beat their ass. He said, yeah, I'm sure you can beat up a couple people. You know, these grown men.
4-on-1 you, 5-on-1 you.
Yeah, 5-on-1 you. And bro, when he told me that, he said, man, this is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you what's real. This is really what's going on. And I listened to that and I heard him. And that changed my life. That changed my life because he said, you keep doing the stuff you're doing, and you going. That's where you're going to go. And I saw my friends disappearing and dying and stuff, right? So by the time I turned 17, my mom moved to a new neighborhood. God lined everything up for me. I turned 7 when I turned 17. I was in the 9th grade, 17 years old, because I kept feeling I was fucking up in school. Changed my life.
So you were just talking about the jail shit. That's the first thing they told me. Yeah. We gonna 5-on-1 you. Like, I got in the first night. I beat up a little Mexican. I'm not Mexican, but like a black and Mexican guy. You know what I mean? I choked out another nigga, and they knew, oh, you know some shit. You a fighter. We ain't doing no more of this. You gonna get a 5-on-1. I was like, oh shit. I don't know if I can take 5 niggas, you know?
Yeah.
So what happened?
And then shit, they made me enforcer. So I beat up everybody, and so I ain't got to do the 5-on-1s. I beat everybody up. Plus, I don't bang. I'm not from no gang, so I'm not no blood, not no Crip. And in the black card, your blood can't touch a Crip because it'll kick off in the streets. So they make, since you don't bang, you gonna touch the Bloods and you gonna touch the Crips. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that you kept dropping the soap on purpose.
So that nigga fuck it. Don't be listening to goddamn rumors.
Bro, the rumors
that ain't a rumor, that's a whisper.
Yeah, he said whispers.
Yeah,
whispers. I'm curious to hear, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm real. Like, some fans, I am mooted towards them. You know why? Because they come to me disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love everybody. I don't have a racist bone in my body because, you know, like I said, my family taught us not to be racist. In the South, we didn't grow up racist because the family that owned my family, they was Irish. They wasn't racist, and they bred with us, and they left my grandparents and stuff a lot of land and everything.
Wow.
So yeah, my family, like, people don't know it, but my uncles, all this stuff. When I was a kid, man, my mom, twin brother, he was millionaire, rich. They knew construction, they do all this stuff. They taught them a trade, and so we didn't have a negative reaction with white people because my grandparents, they passed. They look white, as long as they didn't say nothing. So they didn't have to ride on the back of the bus. They could eat in the restaurants and stuff in the South. Yeah. So we wasn't taught with hatred in my family. So I'd never been racist towards like white people, even growing up in the South. I'd never been racist against anybody. But being an MMA fighter, when I come up in MMA, you know what I'm saying, I'm one of the few black folks, and a lot of MMA fans are white. And a lot of them was racist.
That's what it is.
So a lot of them come at me I told you I could feel the energy. A lot of them come up to me and they wanted a negative reaction. So if you can go out there, you can do a survey right now. Put it out there. If anybody who has met Rampage, and tell me what type of reaction we can do that. Tell me what type of reaction you had, and you're gonna have some say, "Oh, he was cool as fuck," blah blah blah. Then you gonna have some, he was an asshole, and then I'm gonna tell you right now on camera, if I met you, and you said I was an asshole, 9 times out of 10 is the way you approach me.
Yeah.
And so people come up to me and they cool with me. I joke around, have a good time and stuff like that. But if you come up to me and you're an asshole, you annoying me and you make me feel awkward. Like, I won't be an asshole to you, but if you make me feel awkward, say you come up to me, oh, big fan, I love you and do this, and then they ask me a whole bunch of personal questions. How many Japanese bitches you fuck over there? You know what I'm saying? and then I'm like, man, I got my bitch right here. What the fuck? Yeah. I'm not gonna be an asshole, but I'm gonna be like kind of standoffish. But then some people like, oh man,
because you can smell that weirdness. You know, you can smell when you're like, oh god, this guy's being fucking weird.
Yeah,
you know?
and then I'm standoffish. So yeah. Some people I'm gonna be an asshole too. And especially some people come up to me and some people come up to me and they talk about the fights I lost. Oh, you got your ass kicked, by Fedor and blah blah blah. So what?
Yeah, that ain't good. I seen that. That ain't good.
Yeah, how am I supposed to react to that? So because
wait till I get there.
We on a podcast. I brought up Islam. You almost put me in a triangle choke. So what do you think gonna happen in the street? Same thing.
Yeah. So some people it's how you are inside. Some people they're gonna want to go and tell like a negative story.
Yeah,
they're gonna want to go say, yeah, I met Rampage. He was because he want to, and somebody will be like, and
it's
some people
story of their fucking life.
It's just their energy. Some people
the biggest thing in their fucking life too.
That's what you want.
I met Rampage and they want to tell you this story. Let me tell you this story about when me and him Rampage ran into each other.
Bro, and a lot of times it be fabricated. Like just the other day I was out with one of my sponsors, Quality Environmental, and he had like a little after party this thing, and I was using the restroom. This guy coming to, and in Orange County, only happens in Orange County, be all over the world. They ask, hey, you know Tommy? I'm like, I know like 10 Thomas, you know Nina, you know Andy. They always go, hit us all the time, right?
Yeah.
So this guy coming to me.
50 of them.
Yeah, he come and ask me the same thing. You know John? I'm like, yeah, I know like 50 of them. What's up? He was like, he's the same shit. He was like, yeah, he said you and him did this, that. And y'all was like,
big story.
Big story.
It's a big thing in life.
He said, you changed since high school. You was a bully. And that's why I said that earlier. Because that's what I said. I said, oh, fuck, for real, John. He's from Memphis? He was like, no, he ain't from Memphis. I said, bro.
Then he don't even know me.
He don't know me. So it's gonna be so that the more popular you get, bro, it's gonna be like that. Yeah. And I hope that I don't hear whispers about you.
Yeah, real shit, you know.
But actually, I kind of do hope I hear because that means you
getting up there.
Yeah.
Getting up there.
We already know you getting up there. We already know what you do and what kind of time it is and what you on. You have this crazy like attitude and mentality. The world sees it. Like you don't take crap. You are as real as it comes. What about this whisper about you going to Mexico? You took a fight like on 2-week notice or something. Is that true? Or is that a whisper?
Bro, I was going to ask him the same question. Like, what's the shortest notice you've ever taken on a fight? What's the shortest notice? Was it 2-week one that you're talking about?
Yeah, Sakuraba was really short.
How long was that?
That was about 2 weeks, and I had to lose like 27 pounds the day before.
I lose about 30. You know what I mean? I've had fights where I've gotten 24 hours notice. Literally, like, I quit my job. They called me at my warehouse job and like, hey, if you come, we'll give you $3,000. And if you win, we'll give you another $3,000. I fought Dan Lazan, Joe Lazan's little brother. Didn't even know jiu-jitsu at the time. You know, I'm just a little kid who fights over here. And I go, I met a girl. She got pregnant within a month. And so I got a baby coming. I would go to Mexico and fight. So I'm this old kid who goes, fights over here, comes back. Well, then now they call me like, hey, you fight? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I quit the job right there. I go to the cameras. I flip them off like, fuck you guys. I'm out of here, you know? Go 24 hours notice. You know, I've done the most like gangster shit you could call. That's what I'm going to see where you was at with this. Like, I really had to dig in the trenches, bro. I fought 3 niggas in one night. I fought in 24 hours notice, 2 days notice. I fought in a week's notice. A lot of them like that. Like, I mean, at least 5, 10 fights like that.
That's why I just remembered my first time fighting in K1. My second time fighting in K1 was a rematch. I fought K1 because Pride was trying to get me out of there. And what's the time? I'm bad with this. I went home to Memphis for Christmas, and the fight was on New Year's. So I think it was like 2 days before Christmas. Then I flew back to California, got my shit. Then I flew to Japan. That's less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 5 days, 10 days.
Yeah. That was the.
I fought one day where I fought some guy. Do you remember what's his name? What's this nigga's name? He fucked with y'all.
What he look like? White, black, Mexican,
black dude. Gaskins, Josh Gaskins.
Oh yeah.
So I'm fighting this Josh Gaskin kids on 3 days notice. I hear Tito's in the crowd, Rampage is in the crowd. This is my 3rd fight. So I'm like, oh, fuck.
What was this fight at?
It was at that Marconi car convention.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm like, all the big homies is in this nigga's corner. They represent this dude. I got 3 fights. I don't know what's going on. I still ain't learned how to box yet. I don't know nothing but wrestle, you know? Yeah. But I get in there, I scrap, you know? Yeah. So they had a little sheet, and he was over there working out, and I'm like, oh, he looks good, too. I went out there, bow, I hit him once, and he just started shooting in on me and wrestling the whole time. I'm like, oh, I thought you was going to be, I saw you in the thing doing the mitts. I thought you was going to scrap, you know? But he just hugged me to death. It was the first time I fought a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
So I lost the decision. That was my first loss. The next day, I got a fight in Mexico. So I had already had the Mexico fight set up already. They called me on 3 days notice to fight Josh Gaskins. So I fight Josh Gaskins, and I was supposed to weigh in on Friday that day, but since I'm fighting Josh, I couldn't be in Mexico to weigh in. I show up Saturday to the fight from Mexico. I'm fighting this guy named Herman Tirado. You know what that is? No. He's just fucking huge ass. You find him, look him up. Huge ass, roided out fucker, you know? Just huge. I think he fights at 185. So I'm happen to just be looking at the paperwork. They bring that paperwork back, and they didn't see me look. I look at the paperwork. It say he weighed in at 185, you know, and we're fighting at 155.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I just fought this kid. I didn't make the weigh-ins to see, and my coach didn't see either. So we get in the back of the dressing room, and Herman come in our dressing room, and he like, hey, this is our room. I'm like, nah, bro, we here first. Like, and we kind of like gonna get into it a little bit. My guys like, what's up? And then they leave, and when they left, I had this thought in the back of my head, like, fuck, that guy was huge, you know? And I didn't say nothing though. But I looked at all my corner and they said, hey, that nigga was huge. I'm like, oh shit. So that's like, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way we and him are the same size. I weigh in and they check my weight. And so since I couldn't make 155 the same day, I made 160 to fight the same day. So I weigh in at 160, he's at 185. I look at the paperwork, I go, the fuck is this? You know, I show my coach, but I'm not no bitch.
There ain't no commission
and I came all the way out here to scrap. I'm not finna go home empty-handed. I'm finna whoop your ass. So I get out there and fought him at 185.
Was the money worth it?
Bro, I was getting $800.
Bro,
$800 to fight in Mexico?
Yeah, this is the thing about the short notice fights that a lot of people don't really take into they don't really think about it. They don't take into consideration is that a lot of times when you fight a short notice fight, it's set up for you to lose if you the one that they call in short notice.
Yeah.
Because promoters, they promote the fight.
Yeah.
You know, they want that. They want they give him the other guy.
They need the show to go on.
Yeah, they give him the other guy the advantage. Well, I learned that in Pride sometimes they would already know the fight. They already would have the fight like planned out, but they would tell one person 2 weeks, and one guy already be training for you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta be. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta be careful with that. I know you out there, you fighting, you know, for the bag and everything. Nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, like. I'm 45 now, and this shit take toll on your body. Like even when I'm sitting here, sometimes I gotta go lift weights when here, and I have injuries from some fights that I took. So you just gotta think about that. Even though I made millions of dollars, sometimes I think like, you know, sometimes I think like, no, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Because just because of just sometimes.
I feel you,
because of the pain, like with my knees and stuff like that. And there,
I lay in my bed with my chick last night. I said, hey, I'm gonna be in some pain when I'm old. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have a lot of shit to deal with. I already deal with shit now, and I'm still the most active fighter on their roster. You know what I mean?
You know what keep me sane, keep me going? Same thing I used to say when I was a kid about different technology. I said by the time I get old, I'm gonna be able to buy a new shoulder anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to buy a new. By the time it really gonna matter, cause I plan on living till like I'm like 80, 85, 90. So by that time I better get a new knee, a whole new knee.
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a new shoulder, get a new, you know. So that's what keeps me being positive. I like to be positive because I have to be positive. Like people think that you know what I'm saying, I name myself Rampage and stuff like that. I'm the nicest guy on the planet. I am. I know.
Where did the name come from?
My cousin named me that when I was 8 years old because I have the worst temper on the planet. I have the worst temper. That, you know, it sent me to jail. So I had to learn how to control it, and you know what I'm saying, so I have to be positive. That's why I always make jokes. That's why I always laughing. I always got to be happy. I always got to be happy because because I'm afraid to be in a real bad mood and say something
and unleash.
Yeah,
unleash.
Yeah. So you know so I always tell myself positive stuff like it sucks, and I think about it like, oh, it wasn't worth it. But then I think like, oh, by the time I get old, I better get a new shoulder. I get a new knee. You know what I'm saying?
You got a really crazy, unique mindset, but you also have an amazing personality, amazing aura about you. That was a reason why we were so excited to have you on the show. We've been interviewing legends like BJ Penn and Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, and we were excited to get you on that list up here. And I know you're still in the career pathway right now to become a legend. But where do you model this energy from, this charisma, this aura, your fight style? Like, was there someone you specifically looked at? Like, you really have that, like, let's scrap BJ Penn mentality, you know? Like, it's always on site.
Oh, man, this shit was born in me. You know, I was born. People always telling you were born to be a fighter. I didn't pick this shit. This shit picked me. It was my second job. And I got called from the warehouse. I thought I was going to work in a warehouse and be a manager or lead or supervisor at some point in time. This shit just panned out because I got some girl pregnant in a month, and I got to figure out I'm going to take 2 jobs to make sure that, because my daddy wasn't there for me, you know? So my mentality, I don't know, it's just like my life has been so chaotic, so hard, all of it, that I don't know if I ever gave a fuck. I didn't have a choice. I don't feel like I ever have a choice. And now that I'm getting up there more so, it's like I'm trying to show other young men more so, like, because I think we get caught up these days nowadays in feelings. I don't give a fuck how I feel. You know what I mean? I don't even, like, somebody be like, oh, so how you feel? Don't ask me that. Because if you ask me that, I have to internalize, well, how do I feel? And as I started doing that stuff, like, I felt like I don't perform as well. Like, if I'm in a round and I go, I'm tired, oh shit, I'm not gonna perform the same. I noticed that when I said that in my mind, that I was tired, that all of a sudden I kind of dialed down a little bit, you know? So I never tell myself, or I never even acknowledged my feelings at all.
So you just ready to kind of burst at any moment. You have that under control, though, or you just keep packing it lower and lower? You have a way to unpack that?
You mean like fight somebody on the streets?
Yeah, like are you just bottling in all that energy, or you have a way to kind of?
I'm the coolest motherfucker. Like you talk about the people at half and half. Like 99% of the people say, "Hey, that nigga's a cool ass dude." I ain't got nothing but love in my heart for everybody. I'm a God-fearing man. I just want to spread some love. I don't spread hate. You know, I'm a good dude, and that's all I want to do is spread positivity. So I'm never like on that type of time unless I feel your energy and you trying to get me to go there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the only time I've ever been that guy is like. It's usually the one guy that he can't get right with nobody, and I have to fight him. You know, he can't get right with nobody.
Just so you know, I didn't say half and half. Yeah, most of the people have good experience with me when they meet me.
Okay.
Yeah. Most.
I would say it's a 90-10. 90% of people that mess with him,
it's probably 90%.
I like the 90 better.
90% way better. I known him since I was like 20 years old, and one of the things that made me always love him the most was so much respect, and I was honored at such a young age for him to be so cool with me. Is that I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and he always encouraged that. He never was like the big OG, the legend, the MMA superstar with all the cameras being like, yo, drink with us, party with us. He was just, do your thing, you good, you with us. And that always made me be like, damn, this dude is so dope. Like, and you know, I'm young, I'm growing up. As I look at you, you see a lot of these other fighters in the UFC too. Like, for example, you have a guy like Strickland who's always trying to spread this like unique message about following good role models and, you know, screw all that. And there's so much better people to look at. I love one of these videos he did. What's your opinion of him being the champ right now after beating Izzy?
Strickland. Hey, shout out to Strickland. You know, little backstory. My dad, I got a little white dad. He's a black belt. He got his black belt from Sean's coach.
Oh, wow.
So out of respect, because Sean was trying to have his MMA career go, we must have been about 21, 22 and stuff. He would call me to go over and spar with Sean. Sean was fighting at 185. I'm a 155er, but I would beat the dog shit out of him. Ask him to this day. He'll tell you Bobby Green a problem. You know what I mean? I don't care what size you was, I fought everybody. So all my homies, they were heavyweights. Like my other homie, Lorenz Larkin, he was a heavyweight, and then he was a 205er. I had to fight these big guys, you know? But I'm a little 55er out there, but I got a lot of like spark in me. I used to beat Sean's ass. And finally, Sean started hanging around, and he said this shit one day, like he was at practice, and he's like, man, none of the white guys want to go with me. Only you guys want to fight with me. I was like, hey, what do you mean by you guys? And Sean ain't got no filter either.
No filter.
You black guys. You black guys. So Sean, I hate to say it, but he hung around with niggas and he got to learn, hey, how to fight like a nigga. So like right now, people are talking about him being the Floyd Mayweather shit. I'm like, man, who you think taught him that?
He got the shell.
Who you think taught him that?
Floyd?
No, he came there from me and Lorenz. Those are two black dudes who was working with him all the time that he got it all. He started stealing our swag, hanging around with us. So it rubbed off. I'm like, everybody thinks, is he gonna wash him? I'm like, nah, he been fighting some niggas, bro.
You knew he was gonna. You knew he had a good chance to win.
Yeah, he was fighting some niggas.
Did you bet on it?
No, I didn't bet on. I don't bet. I don't gamble at all.
I don't gamble. Yeah. But he was such an underdog. Anybody bet on him, they probably won a lot.
What Sean do? Sean couldn't fight. Then he learned this shit. He hung around, and all he did he was just a jiu-jitsu guy. Now he said, oh shit. He started, once you kind of learn these things, like it's a powerful tool where now he realized I could fuck people up. Because why? He beat the white guys up, but he couldn't beat the black dudes, you know? But then he slowly hung out long enough. I'm fucking with the black guys now. I'm good. I'm kind of good now, you know? So now you see Sean on videos, he's going around wrecking shit, just wrecking shit and wrecking shit.
You think he's going to keep the belt for a while?
Do I think he'll keep the belt around? It's interesting. With this sport is so hard to call. I think he will. I think he'll be in there. He's a tough kid. He's just like you said, like right now all he does is spar. We got him on that regimen.
Do you know him personally? You said talk to him?
No, we don't talk to each other like that. We hated each other.
Oh, okay.
I was like, man, you're fucking racist. He's like, man, I fuck black girls all the time. Like, yeah, you're fucking racist, you know?
I have a strange feeling that people gonna try to cancel him because he has no filter.
Bro,
now that he's champion,
I saw all this coming. I'm like Terry used to say this shit.
Trevor Cott?
Yeah. So his old jiu-jitsu coach at the time was like, man, I was afraid to let him and Terry meet up because of how he is, he'll say this fucking crazy shit. But he said Terry was kind of like that too, that Terry liked it, you know?
Yeah, Terry, real one.
Yeah, so Terry liked it too. And then I could see it from that point on when he came to the champ. I'm like, wait till they see this kid, you know? He don't got no filter.
Now he got that strap. He got a big.
He finna wild out.
He got a big target on his back. Like people ain't gonna like what he gonna say because a lot of stuff
he'll say everything.
And it's his opinion, which I don't see no problem with it. But you know how the world is now. Like we were saying, earlier, people
you can't express your opinion for everything, you know.
The world's so sensitive now. I just
yeah, and he's so cold, alpha, you know, just right down your throat with it. He don't sugarcoat it. He don't try to think of a way to word it. Just fucking straight put it to you.
Yeah. That's why I am. But what I do now, I don't say much.
Yeah.
And me and him are so alike that in those matters that, especially when I was younger, that we butt heads, you know, we fight each other. We always be into each other. Like, man, and we just kind of stay with each other. But then we have to train with each other every once in a while too. Yeah. And then next, you know, I'm having my success. He's having his success, and I'm happy for him. I don't have no ill will towards him or anything like that.
He seemed like a cool dude from what I.
He's fucking a down to earth guy. Yeah. The only problem is, like I said, like he ain't got no filter. So the first time meeting him, I'm like, you're a fucking racist, because he would say just all kind of shit, like just all kind of wild ass shit. I'm like, Sean, like he just had an issue with Kevin Lee and his brother. Mm-hmm. Same thing. They had a racism battle. I'm like, that's Sean.
Real talk. Do racism bother you? If there was like a white racist guy or any kind of racist guy in this room with us, would that bother you?
Would it bother me?
If somebody's racist?
Depending on how you acted. Is he boyish about this shit? Is he just like, hey, I like my people. I can see if you like your people, but it's like it would have to all depends.
Well, I'm saying if he's just racist, but he's not like what's the word? He's not like threatening.
Like a Nick Fuentes who's like, hey, he doesn't agree with interracial, blah blah blah. He's just a straight, you know, like he gets kind of known as a racist type of guy. No, I wouldn't have no problem with him at all. Yeah. You do what you do, bro. If that works for you, that works for you. As long as you ain't kind of pushing in my circle, in my bubble, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Yeah, me coming from the South, growing up in the South, you know, I dealt with a lot of different type of people, a lot of racist people, and as I got older, I got mature, and you know, gaming too, playing video games. I get called nigga all the time.
They say some shit to you on that game,
yeah. You gaming?
Yeah, they gonna say some shit to you on that game.
When I was streaming on Twitch, people would tip me money just to call me a nigger, straight up. And the thing about me is that you know, I understand life is like chess and it's like poker.
Yeah.
So when somebody's racist, they show me they're racist.
Show your card.
Show the card. They show the card right now. So now it don't bother me. I find it amusing. Cause I gotta show you a DM today. Somebody DM me about Mayhem getting raped or something. I don't know if I can say it on here, but I don't know what happened with Mayhem in prison, but I don't see nobody doing that to him. But in that message, he called me a nigger. How could you let Mayhem get raped? And I'm like, this guy crazy with fake thing. And I thought, and I laughed because it's 2023 and people still think that word hurts people. Like you think gonna hurt me because he called me.
Let me freeze you right there. So now you're talking about something different. Okay, so I was worried about my grandma, and one thing grandma said was two things I fight for. Somebody talk about your mama, talk about your grandma. You know what I mean? You fight, and if they call you a nigga or a nigger, you fight. I used to have good little white friends. We be the best of friends. They get mad at me, and then they call me a nigger. Like, oh,
let me teach
grandma
you this.
said I had to fight. So if he said some shit like that, I'd have to get down. This is in my code.
I'm gonna teach you this. What I learned to deal with growing up. They happened to me in school. People call me a nigger and stuff like that. And when I beat their ass, I got in trouble. They didn't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I result with violence. Yeah. That's a hate speech. But so who's really going to win here? So when you beat them up, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck that, Rampage. Yeah. Fuck that. Nah, nigga, fuck that.
I don't care.
Nah, nigga, fuck that. Nigga, fuck all that.
They can call me nigga all they want. As long as they don't put their hands on me. As long as they don't call me nigga all they want.
Nah, fuck all that. Nah. Because why? That motherfucker gonna think he can go do that shit to somebody else too and keep spreading that shit. Nah, I'm gonna nip this shit right in the butt right now. Where you ain't gonna do that shit never again. Even if I gotta go to jail. Even if I gotta go to jail,
they still gonna do it.
You don't think twice about that shit.
They still
think twice about it.
They don't think twice, but they still gonna do it.
I guarantee you don't do that shit.
You think if they call you one?
I guarantee you think about it twice.
You think you'd be the first person that they said that to?
No, but after this ass whooping, I guarantee you think like, so that's a possibility.
So you want to just set precedent. Like you ain't doing this to anyone else.
I play Superman. I'm Superman.
You see the red now.
Yeah, I know. But all right, but thinking like this, think how I'm thinking like, Well, is it worth for me to beat this motherfucker? Because I'm beat him up. I'm probably going to hurt him, you know, so I lose my temper. I'm probably going to half kill him. I get sued. I'm going to jail. I'm going to prison. It ain't worth that. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Hey, call me. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody has their own opinion on how to handle situations. And here's the thing.
They disrespect, it go down right there. Yeah. I'm sorry, you did it. You disrespect it going down right there.
The thing is, everybody has their own way of how to handle situation. I didn't grow up in a racist family. I'm Italian, and we loved everybody, and everybody loves everyone, and I have the best parents in the world. So I wasn't born that way. All my friends are every different race.
My grandma raised me like that. But my grandma raised me like that. Like, hey, racism real.
I do think that the racism part, especially in today's time with social media, is so out of control now because people are pushing for reactions. They're pushing for content. Right. And so that's the only part where I agree with you and I agree with you. That's the only part where it's like you have to be smart enough to understand, are they looking for a reaction to get you in trouble because they know what you'll do? Are they playing chess against you and you're playing checkers? Or are you really standing up for something?
But even then, okay, let's play chess. Yeah. Okay, so at the end of the day, I did get fucked up. I went and lost some money. I lost a little time in jail. I had to go sit down. But I'm looking at as the world. Are we gonna be this type of world? Or are we gonna be this type of world? You gonna stand up or you gonna let that shit slide? And if you let some shit slide, it's gonna get worse. You think he gonna start doing worse now?
Bro, listen, I feel you. I used to think exactly like you because I don't like rude people. That's my problem.
Yeah,
I don't like rude people. And I don't like racist people, which is going the same thing. I know why racist people are racist. Why you think they racist? Have you ever hated on a homeless person?
No.
How you ever hate on somebody that you feel like is beneath you and stuff like that?
They racist because you got them superpowers.
Those are the insecure people. The ones that hate. They the ones that
they see your true powers.
Those are the ones that are racist, bro. Now everybody ain't racist. Only the insecure people that
insufficient.
They insecure, bro. They look at themselves in the mirror like, damn, I need a tan. You know, I never, you know what I'm saying? The ones that bother
muscles,
them. Listen,
those black guys can do 6 sit-ups and they have a 6-pack.
Those are the ones that they just need one. They hate, like, oh, I hate the way I look. I look like, I hear them. I got white friends. And then some of them saying, and I'm like, oh, you look like boiled chicken or some bullshit. I don't know. Those are the motherfuckers that's not comfortable with that shit. Those are the ones that hate you because they feel like it's
unfair.
Thank you. So
you can dig they bitch down.
Bro, and I tell them when they call me a nigga, somebody call me a nigga, something like that, and I'm like, bro, you got to come with something new. I'm from the side. I heard it. Call me. I said I would even accept jigaboo. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't hear them that often. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tell them, and guess what though? When I don't get upset and I don't get mad, I won because it pisses them off that they didn't get me upset, and that's why I'm just telling you because that's my message to you. You do what you want to do. I'm a little bit older than you, and I'm telling you, I ain't finna jeopardize my freedom, me seeing my kids, me making more money, because if I would have beat all these motherfuckers to call me a nigga, I wouldn't be, UFC probably would have canceled me. Yeah. You know, they would have like, oh, he you know what I'm saying? Because it's shit gonna happen. So don't let people take food off your table because they fucked up in the head.
I'm still in the other point of it where I don't even think about getting caught. You know what I mean?
Man, you a public figure now, bro. It's cameras everywhere.
It's easy to find you, dog.
I mean, at this point now, but I mean, like, I'm just talking for a general person.
General
people. You know what I mean? We're talking about general people. Like, even just me being me, I'll take the lick to do it's some work that's got to get done. And if I got to pay or I got to spend some time to prove this and to change the world, that's what come with this shit. Bro, I gotta pay, bro. Then we're gonna be just like our people pay to have freedom. I'm gonna pay to have our people not being disrespected the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's all a trap. Like we all been put against each other. All different races, we all been put against each other. And a lot of people are sheep. A lot of people still eat it up. But my message to young black people in America or anywhere else is like somebody being racist towards you, like. Just taking a smile because it's basically them giving you a compliment, bro.
I feel like you Martin Luther King and I'm Malcolm X.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, whoop some ass.
No, yeah, bro. No, nothing like Martin Luther King, nothing like that. But I'm just saying for your own peace of mind. My advice would say to what I tell my sons, especially my black son. What I tell him, I had to tell him because he's one of those. He want to beat up people. He grew up in Orange County. Ain't no black people here. You know what I'm saying? Not where we live. He grew up in a rich white neighborhood, and I had to tell him. I had to tell my son, because that's my son, you know what I'm saying? And I had to tell him, like, bro, somebody, because he was a good dude, he's a good kid. Like
they pick on him.
Yeah. And I was like, somebody call you a racist reply, stuff like that, just know. You'll remember it. Just remember them. No, you might cross paths with him down the line. You might have to go somewhere. You got to do some business with him. You remember that guy like, oh.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like, oh, now when you thought I wasn't shit, now all of a sudden it's kind of unfolded around. Like, you need me.
Yeah.
You know, your kids asking for an autograph from me now. I remember you were a little dick in fucking high school.
It's other like situations because karma is real. Karma is real. So my message to be to young black people, like, don't even let it bother you. Let them call it. I ain't saying like be no bitch and turn out a chick. I ain't saying no Martin Luther King shit. I'm saying just be smart because remember what I said, you get more in trouble for saying other things than saying nigga. So it ain't rigged.
It ain't that big for them.
Yeah. So it's smarter to just, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, like ever since I was a kid, bro, I beat up the bullies.
Same.
I beat the bullies. Like to me, I'm just like the guy who stands for what's right. And if I gotta lay my life down, if I gotta do some time to do what's right,
have you ever noticed like the ones that have been acting like they're haters and stuff? Have you ever paid attention to them? A lot of haters, a lot of haters, bro. People that hate, like most of them, they never successful.
I was gonna say they usually ain't got a life.
They ain't got nothing going on.
Yeah. So usually ain't got a life.
Yeah, so they already losing.
That's why they got time to hate.
That's why, they already losing. So that was just my thing.
For somebody on the internet, but you ain't around here, and you gonna try to run something like, oh, we can't let you go. I can see somebody on there. I get it all the time on the internet, nigger, blah, 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 this and this. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's on the internet. You far away on some gaming shit. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. But if you in this area, I can touch you.
Yeah.
Gotta get
it's
you.
On site.
It's on site.
It's on site.
Listen, I love the message though. Before we move on to the next thing, and we're wrapping up here, and I appreciate you. I know you got to get back to camp. You got to fight. I just do want to touch. I love that message because once you give it power and you give the word power by reaction, and that's something that, they need to teach better to all types of races, all types of genders, everything that we got going on in America. When you give words power and you give it reaction, you make that word more powerful and it becomes more negative, and then it does more harm to society. So we have to work better as a team, especially with how the world is.
I do respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I've heard other gentlemen say like the bitch word, and that's another word.
That's that's fighting word. That's something different.
Black men, we know
that's fighting word. Yeah.
You call me a bitch, I gotta fight.
Yeah, he's right.
So now that's different. Is that different? It ain't no different. No. It ain't no different. Hey, a word is a word, my nigga. A word is a word, my nigga.
He 100% right. He 100% right. But guess what though? But since now I'm more mature.
Yeah.
It's happened. I let him slide. I didn't because I'm worried about hurting somebody real bad and then going to prison. Yeah. So, but I understand that
I'll control it.
Touche.
You gotta pin you down and give you a couple.
But that's already fighting words.
Just quick one.
But that's already
slap him around a little bit.
But that's already fighting words. That's where I'm from. You already arguing, already fighting. So it's already there.
It's already there.
But I just loop nigga in there too. That's what fighting words too, nigga. It ain't no different, man. It's like, oh, well, that's different. No, this is all fighting words, bro.
Yeah, you're
all fighting words. If you run your mouth in a circle around men, you'll get checked.
I think we're gonna learn not to run our mouth around Bobby Green.
Yeah, that's right.
So hey, with the bulletproof mentality, bulletproof vest at the walk-in and the weigh-ins, let's go into this before we wrap up. I know there's a big fight, UFC 294. We have Islam and Charles. Who you think gonna win that? I know you a master of the game. You talk about it so technical. How you think that fight's gonna go down?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Islam, and the only reason why I say that too is like, this shit is like. You gotta see beyond the motherfucking. You gotta see behind the scenes. Why they keep sending them over to Abu Dhabi? You know what I mean? You gotta go over to Abu Dhabi. It's a bunch of other things that I be thinking in my head. I don't want to say nothing about, but I'm just gonna spit the shit. But I just be feeling like the Russians be cheating right now. Disrespect to none of the Russian people. If you my fans, I fuck with you, but I be seeing some funny shit that I'm like, oh, because I know people all around and in the different sections and stuff. And like, for instance, Khabib and Islam, they go to a mosque, They train in some place where you can't go to USADA, can't come in here. For months. They can do whatever they want to do. Actually, Islam got caught for drugs. You know what I mean? When he first came. But he was like, oh, I didn't know. This is all the stuff that Russia was giving us as we were kids. We were training, and these are naturally part of the team.
Did he get 6 months?
He got suspended. I don't know the full details of how long or whatnot, but yeah, when he first came over, and so he was like, "Hey, this is what they gave us at school. They said it was vitamins, And so this is what they do. In our country, we're a little bit different, where we want to take everything from everybody. In their countries, they want to make you big, strong, tougher, harder. And so it's a little murky, you know, and then we're gonna go over there and fight them over there, and it's a little bit where I'm like, you're fighting in the backyard, you fighting with their rules, you're gonna lose, kid. You know what I mean? It's already kind of staged against you, just the same way of taking a short notice fight.
Yeah, I've heard stories about going to Russia and stuff like that, and they take your passport.
Not only that, Charles just fought the Benil. He wanted to take a little time and set it a different date. And they like, nope, rush him right back, send him over there. You playing to a day tune. Even though you took your belt over there to do it. Why not get the same respect? Well, why don't he come over here?
Yeah.
You know? No, we'll leave him over there and do this. And I don't know. I just think it's staged.
Yeah, Russia, we've hearing whispers about you.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it.
And you know where it came from.
Yeah,
I just keep it bro. I'm honest with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've heard.
Yeah, no, I could see there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
How many times Russia been caught for cheating? With the Olympics and the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he got a point.
Come on, bro.
Netflix did like 10 documentaries.
All of a sudden, they just stopped and they were like, all right, we learned our lesson.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, no, they're trying to win.
Yeah.
And they'll do anything to win.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need to win that bad. Like
Yeah.
you and I said, I just need to be exciting.
Right.
I just need to be timeless.
Right.
Where you can go back and watch my shits when I'm dead. And I'm like, man, that was a dope-ass fight. I'll never forget you slam the nigga, bow. And I'm like, that's timeless.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nine guys you put to sleep, those are timeless things. And I don't got the knockout shit like you and the big strong man, so I had to make another way for myself to make it entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I jeopardized so many wins just trying to be exciting for the fans.
Same here.
Yeah, but that's why you're remembered as one of the greats, and that's why you had a belt, and that's why you are who you are. You know, you did it for the sport. Before we let you go, Bobby, what's the prediction for your fight? You know, you got a big fight next week. You were training hard. You're in the middle of camp. What do you think your prediction is?
I'm fighting this dude named Grant Dawson, top 10. Comes out, he just wrestles and really fucking boring, you know? And that's what I'm talking about, that changing of the sport, you know, where those guys he's 20-1 right now, or something like that, 20-0, undefeated in the UFC, and all he does is hug everybody, take their back, and lay on there, and he'll waste 5 minutes on their back. It's like, whoa, you know? And so, my prediction, I think I'm gonna get him third or fourth round. Third or fourth round. I don't predict like how it's gonna go. I don't know how I'm gonna get him. There's a bunch of ways it could happen. I'm not God. Like you said, I just let this shit play out.
Just play it out.
Yeah. Let that shit play out. And I'm like, I figured out the first round. I'm like, oh, that's what you're trying to do. You show me your cards now. Yeah. Are you playing this type of card? Okay, I'm gonna set my game up now for that. You know?
Do you use like visuals? Do you
Fuck no, you
it work. It
visualize what? I'm visualizing punching him on the ground.
Yeah.
Like I'm punching you. And like, to be honest, no.
Yeah,
visualize.
I feel like for me, I feel like it works.
Yeah.
If you can keep your mind strong, because your mind, sometimes I feel like in my experience, my mind play tricks on me sometimes. So you just gotta, you gotta practice. You gotta work.
So you trying to tell me this? You trying to tell me you visualize you slamming, you visualize you knocking?
No, when I did that with Arona, that was my only time I ever lost my temper in a fight. So I didn't know that was coming, but I just knew I had to win that fight because it was on my birthday. But Arona had did a bunch of shit to me that people didn't know about, and he fucking pissed me off. The last thing he did to me that pissed me off is he was hitting me in the face. He told the referee I was knocked out, and those referees didn't like me. And they used to always give me yellow cards and stuff like that. They didn't like me. So I went down. When he was hitting me in the face and I was in his guard, I went down to cover up. Because what I'm going to do, he hitting me. He dislocated my jaw. And he had already did some other he already did some other shit. He had I was supposed to fight him in a tournament. And he pulled out last minute. And I had to fight Murillo Bustamante, which was just as good or a better jiu-jitsu guy than him. And he faked like he was injured so he can get it, because Murillo had just got kicked out of the UFC. He had beat Chuck, got kicked out. They didn't want him for some reason. He wanted more money. And so as soon as I get to Japan, I find out I'm fighting somebody different. Then I see Arona walking out at 7-Eleven, and he was walking fine, like shopping with 7-Eleven stuff. Then he see me, he's like, oh, started limping. And he got like two he got two band-aids on his knees, like crossed like X's on his knee, and that was his injury, right? I was like, I thought you said you was hurt. Like, he don't speak no English, whatever. He go, and then when I fight him, he did that shit. Go tell the referee I was knocked out. Bro, I instantly lost my temper, and when I lose my temper, it's like I get unlimited strength. Like it was like,
I don't visualize. I just be in the moment.
I feel in the
moment, being aware, really being there. You know?
No, but soon later I learned about it. And I started visualizing. I started visualizing before my fights. But honestly, it's not bad that you don't do it because if you visualize and you don't get it right, it messes with your mind. Because like when I fought John Jones, I was trying to learn, trying to do all this stuff. Now I'm like, wow, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And you know, it's like a fine line. But I got one question for you before we wrap, because we had you here for a long time. Yeah. Have you ever seen that movie, The Last Dragon?
Bruce Leroy?
Yeah, Bruce Leroy.
I feel like I'm the last dragon. I'm the last dragon.
All right, then, because your name's like Bobby Green. And what was that? What was his dad's name in that movie? You remember?
That's so fucking
Just director of your pizza to Bobby Green's Pizza. Face ass.
Nah, I didn't even. I was so motherfucking old. I just remember Shona.
Oh yeah, Shona. Bro, I've seen that movie.
He was so big and scary. And I was a little kid. I used to be scared. Like it was like a scary movie when he came in. Looking crazy. I was like, who? It was like I used to get scared of Shona.
Dude, that was my favorite movie. I met the actor Ty Mack at a UFC fight. Yeah. He was a big fan of the UFC. He still look almost the same, just a little older.
He don't age. He age well.
Yeah. All right, that's one of my favorite movies, man. Hey, thank you for coming, fam.
Hey, unreal.
And I apologize that your first time meeting you had like a negative. No, it wasn't. Listen, no, I know it's a negative, and then I can tell when you were talking about that you probably think that I was an asshole, but I'm gonna keep it 100.
At that time, I was on that thing. I'm like, man, fuck that guy.
No, man. It's only certain people get to take the time to get to know me, bro. I keep my friends. I got friends for years. I don't burn friendships. I'm a good dude, bro.
Yeah, you are.
I like saying that about myself because I think a lot of people should be able to say, look, and with honestly saying like, look, I'm being a good dude.
With Mayweather, first time I got invited to the Mayweather gym, and they don't know who I am or anything, you know. But all the boxers keep disrespecting me. Oh, you're a kicker, you're a scratcher, you're a grabber, you know. I came here to go hands, but nobody wants to box with me. Yeah. All of a sudden, Mayweather comes in. I'm like, oh shit, Mayweather's here. The Philly Shell comes from Mayweather. Man, I'm the Philly Shell guy. It's an honor to finally meet him. He's another black man and all the things y'all done for black men to inspire me. So I'm like, man, I go up to him and I bow to him like, man, I just thank you so much for all the things you did for black men, you know? And Mayweather looked at me like,
he's standoffish.
And so I was like, what the fuck? That was weird. I never forgave him for that.
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting older, I'm like, bro, like you have to understand and try to put yourself more in their footsteps. They're getting dealt with people all the time. You don't know. You might have seen them in a bad light. You know what I mean? That one day.
Yeah, no, it's not only that. It's just like somebody like on Mayweather's level. He's like that. He's like that with me when I meet him. He's standoff. I know him. And he's standoffish like that. He's just like that because he's so famous, right? When people are like, I don't really mesh well with a lot of famous people because their energy is just different. Because I can feel people's energy, and he's just standoffish. And I learned even just a little fame that I got, and I've been around real famous people. Like sometimes it just get overwhelming, right? And sometimes you just you don't know how to just wait till somebody come and do the same thing to you. Wait till what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to prepare myself.
Make sure you react the way you wanted people to react.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I take every picture. I take it for them reasons. I saw you, and I'm like, hey, I don't ever want to be put in this bad light where people think, oh, you're an asshole. Yeah. You can go to me and probably 99.8% of people said he's a fucking great guy. Like they were actually shocked at how cool I was with him. Like I came down there to you and hugged them up, and hey, and here, take that. Or
you never know what he just got. He probably had like a baby mama that hit him for like fucking $2 million.
Yeah,
do this, going to divorce.
Understanding that. I had to be a more of an adult and understand he could have been going through it.
I went through it, so that's the way I think. And so when people come up to me and stuff and be super nice, I try my best. But then I be honest with people. I tell them like, oh yeah, come on, I'm not in a good mood today. Like sometimes people want, hey, let's do a picture, let's do a stare down, and you know what I'm saying?
Stand that shit.
Yeah,
fucking stare down like you want me to be serious, and I can't even take you serious,
bro. They be want a picture. They ask me for a picture. Then they want to ask me a bunch of questions. And like if I'm in a bad mood, I say, hey, bro, you want a picture? What you want? I tell them, but I don't say it in a rude way. I just kind of tell them like, hey, bro, what's up? You want a picture or you want to interview me? You know what I'm saying? I try to make it funny sometimes, or sometimes be like, man, just take your picture, bro. It depends on how bad of a mood I'm in. I just keep it real, bro. I keep it real.
That's just fucking hilarious. Yeah. Take your picture, man.
Yeah, because, bro, I hate taking pictures my whole life. I grew up real.
What? I'm dealing with that problem right now because I see them pull the phone out, but they don't want to ask. But they're kind of like, and I'm like, And I don't want to say it either. Like I don't want to be weird. Like, or look, I'm big headed. Like, oh, you want to take a picture and like I'm all big headed and cocky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like,
bro, it's
a weird, awkward moment.
Bro, it's all different ways. People have done this shit to me before. They were like, hey, can you take a picture? And I'm like, yeah. And they're hand me their phone, and they want me to take a picture of them just to fuck with you.
What?
Yeah, all different shit. And look. This shit happen a lot, man. People actually, people fuck with you, man. It's weird people out there. Look, I meet so many different people, man. I put people in categories now. It's people that make me step on their feet. The people that do this. It's girls that tell you, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I put them in that category. I got all these different type of people. I put people in this category, then I automatically know, because I'm from the streets where my survivor. I had to know I know my.
You gotta know everything around you.
Yeah, people don't know that. I have
surroundings.
Like, I can't even. I'm not even gonna explain what type of person I am, but I have this type of system why I know how to survive. Me living in Orange County, I can let my guard down a little bit, but I'm from Memphis, man. It was just different,
Memphis ain't no joke,
you gotta
bro.
read people. Yeah, no. So
I
put people in different categories. But I want to ask you a question. This is one I haven't figured out. You really friendly with your fans. How should I react to this when I'm walking in a mall or anywhere and I hear somebody say, "Oh, that's Rampage Jackson," and they whisper it or they saying it loud enough where they know I can hear it, but I just keep on walking because they ain't said nothing to me. They talk to their friends.
Yeah.
How should I, when I hear that, should I walk over, hey, or should I just keep? What am I doing?
Keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like I've had it the way too. I've had all kinds of situations where somebody be sitting next to me for about 20, 30 minutes and they ain't said nothing to me.
Listen to your whole conversation.
You know what I mean? And then like, hey. Before I lift out the window, hey bro, like I'm a fan. I'm like, why you didn't say nothing 20 minutes? You've been standing there next to me this whole time.
Bro, I was just about to say that. It's the weirdest thing about our sport is that you never know who's your fan. Like we're not like LeBron James where you assume everybody know you.
Yeah.
Us, you never know. And we can be in a restaurant eating or something like that and nobody say nothing and they be sitting next to ear hustling the whole time. We be talking about some super private shit. And that happened to me so many times, bro.
And it's also this intrigue with the fighter. Like, fuck LeBron. These are fighters. Like, oh, I don't want to offend you. You might try to destroy the whole restaurant right now.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Don't kick nobody's ass. Don't break no doors.
Yeah.
Like what the man?
Yeah,
so it's like you're a pit bull in a way. It's like, oh, I don't want to make the pit bull mad.
Yeah. No, she ain't here now. She was here yesterday. She started looking. There was a super hot chick here yesterday.
There was a bunch of them.
She wanted Rampage. I was like, yo, chill. Yeah, she thought you were Michael B. Jordan. And I said, yo, chill. And she shows up. She's like, who is that? And I was like, that's Rampage Jackson. She's like, oh my God, he's so masculine. I love his beard. And then I walk over. She shows me her phone. She's like, oh, this is Rampage. And the only thing she pulls up is him breaking a door. I go, don't show him that. Just go say hi to him. He don't want to see him breaking a door.
Which chick, man? You had some hot chicks here yesterday, man. Why you wait till
Why you wait till I left that?
I said, you don't want to do all that. I said, just go be nice to him.
Oh, shit.
For real?
Yeah.
It was one of the baddies?
Yeah, she wanted you.
And none of them came and been nice to me. None of them came over and said nothing.
Nah,
you a pit bull. They don't know what to do with us, bro.
Yeah.
We look like, bro, we're like aliens sometimes. They just like to stare at us and like from a distance and
I'm
get a little close and like, all right.
If I walked into a restaurant and this dude sat next to me, look at him. You think I'm trying to go be nice? I'm hiding.
He looked friendly as fuck.
Yeah, when he smiled, but not when he go like that. Look at when he's all like bro, serious. He look like Blade.
Bro, look.
What are you talking about? He looks scary.
Listen, look, the guy wearing at least like 300,000 worth of jewelry. Let me tell you. I'm teaching something. About what.
At least.
I'm tell you something. In my hood, where I'm from, he wearing at least 300,000 worth of jewelry. He has to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, he has to be. He can't really have nobody that really don't like him. Because he already got a target on his back.
Try to shoot you and rob you.
Yeah. So if I see him, I'm like, oh, he cool. He should be cool. He ain't gonna be. If he an asshole to me or something,
he might have been already trying to get your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, but before we go, we just gotta also, recognize that you're like 6'3", 250, and know how to throw hands. So maybe,
6'1".
So you told the girl you were 6'3".
I never told her.
Yes, you did. He said I'm 6'3" Air Forces. I'm like, yo, chill.
I'm 6'3" laying down. Hey, anyway. Barrett, I'm single like the last Pringle, dog. You got some girls trying to ask questions, man. Hook it up, man.
Yeah, but your opening line to the girl is, yo, you want to do some jujitsu on the mats? I'm like, she don't want to roll around with you right now.
I was going to let her put me in a triangle choke with my mouth open.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He ain't changed yet.
Never changed.
You give this man a tour on Netflix.
He ain't changed yet.
You need a comedy series.
Man.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in to Fade On Sight. We got the bad boy himself, Bobby Green, up in here. He blessed us with his presence. I appreciate that. Bear, thank you for always.
It's an honor to have this guy.
Oh man, he the man. Hey, man, it was a real honor meeting you, brother.
One of the realest. Hey, one of the realest. For real.
Yeah.
Hey, and thank you to the audience. We just hit 25,000 subscribers on the page.
Let's fucking go.
What? Hey, thank every last one of you guys for tuning in and watching this podcast. Bear and I, we just thought we wanted to bring you guys something special, and Bear is killing.
It is fucking special, bro.
Thank you, bro, for saying
fucking
that.
special. I didn't even know about y'all. Y'all been popping on my YouTube shorts, and I'm like, whoever's doing that podcast, that's the podcast I'm gonna do. I don't do many. I want to do that one. You know,
Yeah.
all the OGs is over there. I want to be over there with the OGs. You know.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. That's
Damn.
all love.
So you're moving fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all growing fast.
We going fast. We just started.
That's love.
We just started.
I'm like, I never heard the podcast. I'm seeing all this shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're going fast.
Yeah, bro. We just
I gotta
started. We
hop on
just
this
started.
bitch before,
Like,
you
what?
know?
How long we been going?
I think our first real episode was like the first week of August, and
Yeah.
we're
Holy shit,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
super fast.
Bro, we just started, bro.
Holy shit.
Who y'all want to see next? Y'all hit us up in the comments and let us know who y'all want to see and what type of stuff we want to see. We want some feedback. You know, we easy over here. We ain't tripping on nothing.